Kincade and Salciunas is on the air. Broadcasting live on the Fanatic app and YouTube channel. Here are your hosts, John Kincade and Andrew Salciunas. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
He does it again, John Kincade, Magic Mattingly. He even turns a lineup where he doesn't have Kyle Schwarber in it into gold. Phillies win yet again last night, 5-4 over the Reds. Johnny, good morning.
Did it scare you when you saw them that Schwarber was not in the lineup?
No.
See, now I was on the golf course yesterday, saw Schwarber wasn't going to play, and immediately I was like, uh-oh, what's going on? What's wrong?
Oh, no, I didn't.
No, immediately I thought that. I'm like, Schwarber never takes days off.
Yeah, and he plays DH, but you want to give
like,
other guys.
I'm like, why in the world is Schwarber taking a day off as a DH?
So that Bryce Harper gets a day off his legs, I guess. I don't know.
I'm like, a day as a DH, you get a day off your legs?
No, Bryce Harper gets a day off his legs.
No, but I'm saying, why did Schwarber need a day off?
I don't know.
To be a DH?
Lefty pitcher.
It's
maybe,
like beer league softball, for God's sake.
Are you questioning the magician that is Magic Mattingly?
No, all I'm going to say is the panic it set in me when I saw the Schwarber wasn't in the lineup. I'm like, did he pull something?
No, the only panic I got was when I saw Otto Kemp got called back up to the big league.
Yeah, I'm like, what is it?
He's still 25 home runs away, Connor.
It's getting closer.
3 in the minors, so we got 20.
No. 25 home run power in the major leagues.
Not major league pitchers.
Your evaluation of Otto Kemp, who is now rocking the John Travolta beard.
Yeah, what is that about?
It's a horrible look. Stick with the mustache, brother. You and Connor were brothers in arms when it came to the mustache
Don't
gang.
use John Travolta and beard in the same sentence. Don't do that.
Phillies win yesterday, 5-4. They beat the Reds, and they continue to win. And look, that was a big game yesterday for a lot of reasons because, again, you saw guys contribute that have not been contributing much this season. Alec Boehm, 2 for 3, hit a home run. Hell froze over yet again.
He
He smiled. Well, maybe because he's got a lot on his mind.
He does, exactly, and I'm glad to see him smile. Good stuff.
Bryson Stott hits the home run. Bryson Stott gets the start yesterday despite them being a lefty on the other mound with the Reds, Lodolo, but because of the Kyle Schwarber day off. He was also ill. That was one of the other reasons.
Oh, okay, good.
I forgot to mention that. He had a tummy ache or something.
Yeah, they didn't talk much about it.
Edmundo played third base yesterday, so Bryson Stott gets the chance to start. And look what happens. He stays in the ball game, and he hits the go-ahead home run in the 8th inning. It was also good to see Andrew Painter put together a pretty decent outing. I know he gave up 2 runs early on. What?
I mean, he a pretty decent outing. I'll give you that.
The
but
RBI single
they front him a 2-0 lead, and he immediately gives it the hell back. Like, immediately they give him the 2 runs.
You were at the golf course. RBI single was a dinker.
No, I got back. I got back in time for that. I walked. That's just when I walked in the door.
Yeah, I'm just saying the RBI single was a dinker off the base, and the second one was a lazy sac fly to center.
That he gave up 3 hits in 6 innings worth of work. We'll take that.
I was happy with that.
He pitched well. It was unfortunate. A ball hits a bag, and then Boehm's not playing his position that he's used to. He misses he had to dive for it. Maybe if that's Bryce Harper, that ball gets knocked out. They were all soft hit. So I thought Painter pitched really well yesterday. 6 strong.
He hung in. How about this? He hung in there, and that makes you happy because he's been on the struggle bus. So that's good.
That was his best outing of his major league career yesterday. So it was good to see out of Andrew Painter. The bullpen. Alvarado gives up a run yesterday. He's been pitching better as of late. And then Duran comes out there and does his thing, and he's nasty, dude.
He is nasty.
That guy,
he's nasty.
Is ridiculous. He just comes out there firing, man. And yesterday was 90 degrees. So
he comes out with a purpose.
Yeah.
He comes out with a purpose. He's aggressive, and it's fun to watch. And I love it. Good to see. That's a great night at the ballpark.
Yeah, it was a good game. And look, it continues. It's the Reds, but the Reds are the same record as you are. Records-wise.
You can't say that about the Reds, right?
You were
exactly.
both 24-23 going into yesterday's game, and you're now 25-23. Braves lost yesterday as we begin our scoreboard watch.
Oh, no.
And now they're just 7 back of the NL East leading Braves,
I'm not caring about the standings, but that's
just
good.
7 games
that's good.
back.
That's good. Look, that's what shocked me about Eric Kratz. And I brought it up yesterday. It absolutely floored me that we have even ex-major leaguers being like, yeah, the division race is over. Time to just think about that is the dumbest thing that maybe I've heard.
And he said that, Friday? So he said that May 15th.
From a major,
that's many days ago.
From a major league player, that's like such a stupid thing to say. But maybe, again, there's method to Eric's madness. He's getting people to click and listen to his podcast, and maybe that's what he wanted.
Second straight day, Eric Kratz has been brought up on Kincade Salciunas.
By the way, it's a very good podcast.
Damn right it
is. It's a really good podcast, so I do listen to it, so I like it.
By the way, curious, because we've talked about this team needing to lighten the freak up.
Right, well, they've been lightening up, which is good because they've got a boss in charge now. Man in charge.
Or because they're winning baseball games.
Yeah.
After the win yesterday on NBC Sports Philadelphia, Bryson Stott was the man with the microphone, and you had the daycare reunion. You had Brandon Marsh throwing stuff at him. You had Alec Boehm throwing stuff at him from the dugout. They didn't go over the dugout and do the pouring of the water, but they're throwing stuff at him. Maybe this team's lightening up a little bit, which they absolutely needed to do, and this is why we're starting to see them play looser.
Yes.
They don't look tight. I mean, when they were 9-19, they looked like they were tight, man.
Well, they did because they were a rudderless ship. They now have a purpose. They come to the ballpark with a purpose. They're playing like a team united, and they are a team that is obviously they're on the same page. They're all on the same page, and that's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah.
It's a great deal.
It's another win for the Phillies. We'll talk Fightins with you at 610-632-0975. But we are beginning our transition to the Philadelphia Eagles as well, because it is May 19th, and it's been my entire career, soon 12 years here at the Fanatic, where we have not had to talk Eagles on May 1st, right? Because the Sixers and the Flyers were both in the playoffs. So we really haven't talked much Eagles.
Yeah, it's been crazy because we talked about it yesterday. It was like, wow, we're talking a lot of Eagles this morning.
Yeah.
And we haven't been.
And OTAs is what, next week or two? I know some teams started yesterday.
From today.
A week from today,
right.
So some teams started yesterday. The Eagles start a week from today.
We're right around the corner from it, and we have not had a lot of Eagles content. In a way, that's good.
I loved it. I'm sorry.
Because it means that we've been talking about other franchises doing their thing, which has been great. It's been fun to talk about. Even though the Sixers has been wah-wah.
Yeah.
Whereas the Flyers was good.
Yeah. But at least we got it, right? Like,
right.
I'll be honest, guys. Like, I love the Birds. But, like, man, doing this business every single day, I love this job. Don't get me wrong. The years of having to talk Eagles every single minute of every single day sometimes drags you down.
We would enjoy talking about other things. And people accuse you many, many times, and they'll say to you, they'll go, oh, you guys just love talking Eagles 24/7. We love the Flyers and the Sixers talk very, very much.
Yeah, for the most part, they were literally the only team to talk about in town.
And the thing is people think sports talk radio is the Peace Corps or a charity. You talk about the sports teams that are relevant. You talk about the sports teams that the most people are talking about.
Yep.
And the Flyers and the Sixers made themselves relevant this spring. And everybody wanted to talk about them locally, which was great.
Yeah, it was a blessing.
Now, the Eagles are always relevant.
Yeah,
and it's great to see. And they're going to be relevant again. As boy, did I get a lot of traction yesterday.
Well, I can't wait. Again, like Amy Fadul is going to be in studio today. I can't wait to get her thoughts on your thoughts about the Eagles' schedule.
Well, she has plans, too, because now that Sunday's out of her book.
NFC Championship game appearance for the Philadelphia Eagles, January 31st, 2027. Can't wait for it. But before we do more schedule talk, let's talk about the quarterback. So yesterday we got into this mini conversation about the prove it year with Jalen Hurts. It wasn't like a main topic. It was just, hey, this is something that's going to come up. So
and to be honest, you got into it.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I will not use the term.
So instead of
I'll refer to it from somebody else, but I will not use the term.
Instead of kicking the can down the road, let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Jalen Hurts, it's funny, man. Even though I am pro prove it year, I realize the level of disrespect that he gets from people all over the place, not just nationally. It's also in this city from fans. Let's not act like it's just evil sports talk radio. It's fans. Like, we have people that text in or call in or YouTube in that talk about Jalen Hurts and how he's trash. He's not trash. All right, the guy's a very good quarterback. He's not trash. He might not be your cup of tea. Right? We always have our flavors of the month. We all have quarterback. I'd rather have a strong-armed quarterback. I'd rather have a righty flamethrower out of the bullpen. I'd rather this in all sports, right? We all have our interests when it comes to sports. We all have our beliefs of what works and what doesn't. People don't like the big man. People like the guard, right? Like we all have our beliefs.
Sure.
So Jalen Hurts is going into a season, and in case you're wondering, why are we even bringing up Prove It Year? Have you heard anybody mention a contract extension of Jalen Hurts?
We have not, and we've been told that people who are very, very close to the situation have told us do not expect one. Don't expect one.
And we've asked Derek Gunn, Adam Schefter. We've read you articles from Jeff McClain, his podcast. Like, there is nothing on the horizon for Jalen Hurts and a contract extension right now. And I still remember when we had D. Gunn on, he was like, I don't want to call it a prove it year because I believe Jalen Hurts has proven it.
But he was also clear that there was no contract
feels like
coming.
It's a prove it year, right? He doesn't think he needs one, but he believes the team may think that he needs one. So when we talk about Jalen Hurts, there are levels of complete disrespect. There's also levels of complete lunacy where I think people think that he could be the best quarterback in the NFL. Like, I don't think that's the case either. Is calling a prove it year for Jalen Hurts disrespectful?
Yes. The fact that anyone in this city who calls themselves an Eagles fan would ever use the term prove it year for the quarterback who's delivered more as a quarterback to the Eagles franchise's history than Jalen Hurts, to me, is asinine. And I mean that. Prove it year is something you say to a guy who has nothing on his resume, a guy who's shown you nothing in a big game, a guy who has shown you nothing when the lights are the brightest. Jalen Hurts has shown you in the 3 biggest games of his career that he can ball out. So to me, anybody who would dare to use the term that it's a prove-it year for Jalen Hurts, I implore you to just look at the other quarterbacks in the NFL that the media just bootlicks for and say, well, what have they actually accomplished, and why do they get some sort of why isn't this a prove-it year for them? Why have they not accomplished anything? I think it's a disgrace, and honestly, I think it's an embarrassment for our city and our fan base that a faction of it looks at the quarterback position and says, yeah, let's draft somebody next year maybe. Hurts just isn't good enough. I'm going to tell you flat out, you're fools. Absolute fools. If you think you go into the draft and you're going to get someone better than Jalen Hurts while you've got a young team ascending in their prime, you're going to throw some nobody in there, you're going to get lucky, pick somebody right, develop them, get somebody in there to step in and sustain this kind of success, you're out of your minds.
All right, see, you made a very strong case, and this is why I have so much fun talking about Jalen Hurts, because then there's people that make a strong case already on our YouTube chat with the complete opposite take, right, in terms of whether or not Jalen Hurts deserves a prove-it year, whether or not it's disrespectful for a prove-it year. That dude pops up. He says Jalen Hurts is garbage. Now, there's not much analysis there. He just says he's garbage.
That's great. Yeah, that's good.
But JM chimes in and says, no, we've had the best receiving corps in franchise history and have still had one of the worst passing offenses, which, to his point, the last 2 seasons, statistically, offensively, they have not really been great in terms of the passing offense, despite having A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert.
There's no argument that last year sucked. There is an argument that 2 years ago sucked. Yes. 2 years ago, with a competent offensive coordinator who went down to New Orleans and developed a really nice passing attack with a young quarterback last year, their passing attack certainly did not suck, and their offense and their team won a Super Bowl and was strategic enough. And when they had to pass the ball, they were really, really good at it. Mm-hmm. Ask the Kansas City Chiefs. They're still picking up their jock straps off the field. So I'm not in the least bit concerned about that.
Some would say that they sold out to stop the run in that game.
Some would say, and some would say that they were absolutely smoked. Absolutely smoked. It's a joke. Look, I think the disrespect, and again, it is, and I will say this, and I say this with all due respect because I know you're not saying this, by the way. So it's not when I point towards Andrew, it is not saying Andrew, but it is the people of Andrew and Connor's age group. that have grown up the spoiled brat Eagle fan. The spoiled brat Eagle fan who has had nothing but success, that can look at a Jalen Hurts and say, yeah, you know what? We deserve better. We need better. We should have better. I'm going to tell you flat out, be careful what you wish for, because this town has had nothing but a big bucket load of suck.
All right, hold on a second.
Quarterback for the majority of my lifetime.
Hold on a second. There's no ageism on this show. All right? There's no this is an ageism.
Is this a reverse? Wait a minute.
Show.
Wait a minute. Is this reverse ageism?
This is what we're going to do.
Is this reverse ageism?
This is what we're going to do. Every caller today
and
every texter today or voice memo, it's all the same number, 610-632-0975. All brought to us by Davis Honda. Feel the Davis difference. Check them out in Burlington.
What up, Davis Honda?
You need to include your age in this conversation.
Just so we can sort of put this into perspective a little bit.
My name's Andrew Salciunas. I am 32 years old, and I am pro prove-it year for Jalen Hurts. Now, let me make my case real quick before anybody thinks that I think that he stinks. The NFL, the Eagles are about to pay him a lot of money, one way or the other, right? Whether they pay him this offseason or next offseason, they're going to pay him a lot of money. They are transitioning to a new style of offense, right? We all agree the Sean Mannion style of offense is what they probably want. It's from the Shanahan tree.
Oh, no, it is.
It's from the McVay tree. It's not the Nick Sirianni, find whatever it takes to win, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. If that's what it takes, that's what we're going to do. And I actually celebrate Nick Sirianni for doing that, realizing the strengths of his team and sticking with the strengths. The Eagles clearly want to have a pass-first offense. Saquon Barkley, by the way, not going to get any younger. And in the limited games where they said Jalen throw the football in the last couple of seasons, it hasn't really gone well. The first 4 weeks of 2024, the year they won the Super Bowl, they had a transition to the ground game. Last year, the one game where they said, all right, we're going to open it up against the Chargers, he threw 4 interceptions. So maybe they say, all right, I want to give this guy a full year with the offense that we clearly want, to the point where when Doug Peterson was still the head coach of this football team, Jeffrey Lurie was upset that they ran the ball too much in a win against the favorited Green Bay Packers. Like, they want to throw the ball. They are an analytically heavy-driven organization. And so maybe they say, let's see if Jalen Hurts can handle this offense. And if he can, we're going to pay him whatever the going rate in the NFL is. It's just the way the league is going. If he doesn't, then what do we do?
Okay. So tell me this. If you tell me the option is we don't like what we see out of Jalen Hurts, he's not good enough, I want you to tell me what you do. Well, first off, what kind of year did we have? Did we have another playoff year?
Sure. Because I think that they're in the play. Their defense
okay, we had another
the Eagles'
playoff year.
defense would be so good.
Okay. So we had another playoff year. Did we have like some sort of an idea there? So we are going to, with this young defense ascending another year, Devontae Smith clearly in his prime, Saquon at near the end, whatever other, the offensive line clearly towards the end of its shelf life. We're going to say, yeah, let's start over at the quarterback position. I would tell you, stupid, and more stupid. That would be the dumbest strategy that I've ever heard in my life. Unless you had an answer that you could say to me, I guarantee you this guy's better than Jalen Hurts.
What if Howie Roseman says I can make it work with anyone, much like how Howie
Roseman has never coached a football game in his life. And Howie Roseman has made a ton of mistakes personnel-wise also. And I can list them off like a laundry list too. This would be monumentally a mistake if it happened like that. Because you don't turn over that and go, at the most important position, we're going to take a flyer and a chance that we can get somebody that's better. Now, if you tell me, hey, there's a chance we could get a Joe Burrow could come in.
Right.
And step in with everything you got in place. Oh, well, then you got a conversation.
Right.
Then my listening ears are on. You tell me you're going to go into the quarterback claw machine and try to pick some retread? Or you're going to go into the draft and pick somebody? That's stupid.
Well, they got Tanner Tommy Brady McKee.
It's the dumbest thing. Oh, yeah.
The backup
oh, by the way,
and
you mean a guy?
Andy Dalton's here?
You mean a guy who, Tanner McKee, who nobody in the NFL wants?
Wait, they drafted the kid out of North Dakota State.
Yeah, you mean
quarterback factory.
Tanner McKee, who nobody, hey, anybody want Tanner McKee? We got him on Facebook Marketplace. Nobody wanted him.
Oh, I got one of your favorite comments on YouTube already.
What is it?
I actually agree with John. I must be going crazy. That from Murphy, man. All right, look,
what's up, Murph?
The Jalen Hurts conversation, this is going to happen probably a lot throughout the course of the year. Because let's face it, like the fact that they have not given him the contract extension that he clearly wants, like any person in his position would want, right? Like this isn't a Jalen Hurts thing. This is any quarterback, any player that's on the last year of their real guaranteed money contract. It goes down next year, and then it's pretty much all gone 2 years from now. So usually at this stage of somebody's contract, they start negotiating. There has not been a whisper of negotiation. So the Eagles are telling you what their plan is. Do you agree with that plan? Is calling it a prove-it year disrespectful to Jalen Hurts? 610-632-0975. And if you are pro or anti-prove-it year, whether it's the phone line or text line, add your age, please. Because John's trying to go with the ageist card here, saying it's the young guys.
Yeah, this is ageism today. Right. Spoiled brats.
Coming up next. We all know that Jalen Hurts can get people talking, so we'll check that text line coming up next and the calls as well. Also, do we really have an A.J. Brown update in this day and age, Johnny?
Sounds like it.
We'll tell you what's being talked about now. Coming up next here on The Fanatic.
Hey, the online casino and sportsbook app that I recommend to you is the BetParx app. The BetParx online casino and sportsbook app is fantastic. It lets you in on all of the hockey and the basketball playoff action you want to get into. You can bet Phil's baseball any night of the week that you want. And new casino users can get 250 bonus spins on the hot online game, The Sweetest Collective. Plus, how about up to $1,000 in bonus back in your first 24 hours? Try getting that at a real casino. Play all your favorite casino games for real money, too. Hundreds of online slots like Huff and Puff Money Mansion and Triple Cash Eruption. Plus, you're betting on all your favorite sports, and you're betting on them right on your phone. Individual player performances, those are always my preference. I love them the best. And the BetParx online casino and sportsbook app, there's always other ways to win. Easy to fund your account, easy to get paid when you win. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania, Jersey, Michigan, or Maryland. New users only for those bonuses. Terms and conditions apply. See betparts.com for details. Hey, if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Phils make it 5 straight. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Phillies won again last night, coming back to beat the Reds 5-4 for their 5th straight victory. Bryson Stott's 2-out, 2-run homer in the 8th made the difference in the game. Here's how it sounded on NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Fly ball, right field. Back is Steer. Back toward the wall. It is gone! 2-run home run for Bryson Stott.
It was a big swing, a big call by Tom McCarthy there. Andrew Painter also delivered a quality start after going 6 full and only allowing 2 runs on 3 hits. A nice bounce-back performance by the Rook. The Phils will look to make it 6 straight wins tonight in Game 2 against Cincinnati. A 6:40 p.m. first pitch this evening from Citizens Bank Park. Jesus Luzardo is on the mound facing off against Chase Burns in the pitching matchup for this one. We have exactly 1 week until the Eagles begin their OTAs. They'll get that going on the 26th of May. It's also 2 weeks until we hit the window for potential post-June 1st trade of wide receiver A.J. Brown, something that's been widely speculated about this offseason. And around the playoffs, the Spurs took down the Thunder in double overtime in the Western Conference Finals Game 1 in the NBA. And in the NHL, the Canadiens beat the Sabres 3-2 in overtime in Game 7 to advance to the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals and take on the Hurricanes. Amy Fadul will join us from the 8 o'clock hour till the end of the show. I'm Connor Thomas for them at the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic.
Back to Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
This hour of Kincade and Salciunas is presented by Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White, they're here for the pro.
All right, Connor Thomas told me that the text line is hot this morning.
Smoking?
Johnny. The Davis on the text line. You can feel the Davis difference. Check them out in Burlington. We'll get to them in a second. Our question for you today, are you pro or anti Jalen Hurts prove it year? This is not us saying this is what they should do or shouldn't do.
No, I hate the damn term.
The Eagles organization has yet to negotiate with Jalen Hurts and a contract extension. This is normally the time it would start. We have not heard whispers. Quite frankly, we've heard the opposite.
We've heard from people that are the closest to the Eagles organization that it appears that there's no even plans to do so.
So it seems like the Eagles are telling you that this is a prove it year quietly. Question is, are you for it or against it?
And they have not said it either, just for the record. They have not said the term prove it year.
No, remember Jeffrey Lurie
like
went out of his way to talk about how much he loves Jalen Hurts, the person, right? Like that was after the Tim McManus article came out. So they love him. It's just you can love somebody and also say, well, let's also see how good at their job they are. Like that's,
okay.
That's what they're doing, it seems like. So we'll check the text line in a second. But real quick, A.J. Brown, somewhat update. There's now more teams in the mix.
It appears.
One.
Well, it appears that there's. Well, it depends on who you're talking about. It appears that there could be a couple.
All right. Who have you seen? I saw Jacksonville from Jason LaConfora, who's covered the NFL for a long time.
He has. Jason has left the Sports Talk Radio game, but he is of the belief that there is there is interest there poking around now with that. And
by the way, the reason being, because, again, I thought it was a stupid decision for a young GM to trade up to get Travis Hunter when they didn't know what position he was going to play. He is now going to focus more on a cornerback this year. He might not play offense at all this year.
Which we talked about it at the time.
Yeah, and what they're saying is, oh, damn, if he's not wide receiver 2 alongside Brian Thomas Jr., which, by the way, he's a question mark for Jacksonville moving forward, they might be saying, wait, we played well last year. Trevor Lawrence finally showed what we've been waiting for. He needs a wide receiver.
Now, NFL Live of the belief that there could be a third team that is kicking tires because of June 1st, that A.J. Brown's available, but a mystery team in the mix.
I love the mystery third team.
I wonder if the mystery team is just Howie Roseman.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Probably, yeah.
Because here's the thing, too. I want A.J. Brown, and hopefully many blessings on your marriage, A.J. Congratulations on that. But I want you sent to Siberia. Where is the worst team?
Cleveland.
I'd love to see A.J. Brown wearing brown. I'd love to see him in the worst situation possible. Could I find a worse situation? Can I find somewhere where he'd be absolutely miserable? Oh, that'd be great.
Jets.
That'd be great.
Oh, they got Justin Fields.
That'd be fantastic.
Or Geno Smith. That's right. Even better.
Geno. I would
return.
I would absolutely love it. Could we get him there? Anything that we can do. AJ, I want you somewhere. I don't want your toes in the sand. Now, putting you up in miserable New England would be fun. That would really be good. Because if you think that that's going to be something that's like sustaining itself, you're out of your mind. You're absolutely out of your mind.
What's great about this is maybe you can get something else in this deal. I saw Jeremy Fowler was on Middays with Marks on Friday, and he said first-round pick. Shefty's been saying first-round pick.
Plus.
Both of them saying 2028 would be the first-round pick. Last time we had Shefty on, he didn't really say plus.
No, he did.
He did last time?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He said he expects that there will be another pick, and most of them seem to say that there will be another pick involved from the 2027
Well, if
draft.
you get a bidding war.
Yes. You're not going to get any more than one first-round pick.
No,
but I'm willing to take, how about this? I'll take just a first-round pick. Just to send him somewhere where he is absolutely miserable.
I will not do that, and I think that's silly.
You're doing that out of spite?
Oh, yes. I'd love to see AJ somewhere where he's just miserable. Where's the best noodle arm quarterback I can find?
Don't you want the Eagles to win more than you want A.J. Brown to lose?
Yes, I do. You're right. You're right. That's a stupid.
But it's close for
But it is close. I'd love to see nothing more than Mr. 4-0 hammering away with his thumbs.
Well, they would be Mr. 0-4
Where could I
some
say,
of these situations.
No, but when he was 4-0, and I'll never forget that bus ride for the rest of my life.
I know you
being in
and I on
Clearwater
Tampa.
with a Philly sports trips and a happy group of Eagles fans leaving Tampa with a win. And A.J. Brown couldn't wait to run to his locker. Let me put out my cryptic Instagram post to tell everybody I'm pissed.
But the media made it up.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, what do we have on the Davis Honda text line? Feel the Davis difference.
Good job,
Check them
AJ.
out in Burlington. Connor said it's hot and heavy this morning. Is Jalen Hurts in a prove-it year? Do you agree with it being a prove-it year? This via the Eagles, not via anybody else.
Iggy's.
Rich in Marlton will lead us off. He says, I'm a Gen Xer here. Yes, I'm shocked I'm agreeing with John 100% on this topic. I'm embarrassed of Philly sports if this Jalen take persists. He has done nothing but play tough with a new OC each year, and last year the offensive line, the scheme was predictable. Jalen will thrive this year. He has nothing to prove.
In case people don't know, Gen X, that's a 1965 to 1980.
Yes, and that's I appreciate us as the smarter generation. That obviously there's more blood has been spilled as an Eagles fan. There's more there's
Smarter
more
generation.
because more blood more blood has been spilled. We're not spoiled brats. We're not going, "Oh my gosh, we realize how I almost said it. We realize how really crappy it can be to be an Eagles fan for decades." We haven't lived in the steak and lobster generation that you've grown up in. So we understand how really bad it can be. I played Ron Jaworski's Downingtown course the other day out at Downingtown Country Club playing golf. And there was a kid. They were in the practice green going, is Ron Jaworski a golfer? Oh. And I was so pissed hearing it.
He's a little kid.
No, it wasn't a kid. No, this guy's like, I'd say probably 22, 23. Is Ron Jaworski a golfer?
That's bad work. Yeah, you got.
And I said, are you kidding me? And he goes, oh, I didn't grow up here. And I'm like, dude, you have to know that Ron Jaworski's not a golfer. He's a legendary Eagle.
Yeah, you got to know that.
But back then, the Eagles were terrible.
All right, what else we got on the text line? So we got one Gen X saying, prove it, you're stupid.
Zach says he's 33 years old and says prove it is disrespectful. Should be extension year or franchise year. Guy went to 2 and won 1 Super Bowl. That's the facts. He just may not have the McNabb longevity here, but he's proven it already.
Well, you're not going to give him this. There's no franchise. I mean, he still has this year, next year, and 2028 under contract.
But they can be done with him after this
They
year.
could be done.
They can find a way this year.
Yeah, because of the way that the guaranteed money works. And that's the point that we're trying to make. That's what the point I think the Eagles are
The
trying
fact that
to make.
the Eagles are not signing him up to something would make you believe that that's probably in the mix.
Look, it's kind of what they're telling you right now. Like, let's see how this goes. And if it goes well, then boom, there you go. Here's your contract extension. If it doesn't go well, imagine being tied up to a bad contract for like 3 years.
It's just that
and your
term.
franchise is teetering which direction it should. Oh, wait, that's the center of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, it's the term. It's the term, the prove it year, that I think has got me so annoyed.
Well, it's like people that get upset with whenever we call him game manager, right? Like I'm game manager.
By the way, I would call him a game manager, and I am a Jalen Hurts wonk.
But there are people that hear that term and they go, "Whoa, how dare you disrespect Jalen Hurts like that?" I'd rather game manager than hero ball, where hero ball usually ends in bad interceptions. Oh, who was the previous quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah, bad
Hero
interceptions.
ball.
Yes.
What else we got?
All right, we got all over the board here age-wise on the text line. So Anthony checks in. He says double nickel, which I assume means he's 55 years old, and says absolutely not a prove-it year. First time ever agreeing totally with JK.
How about that?
This is it. This is where I'm telling you, the older the fan, the smarter the fan on this take, and I'm going to say smarter because they've lived it. They understand that Eagles football used to be a disaster area.
Well, hold on a second. Let me ask you, because you keep on doing the whole fan thing, but you agree that the Eagles are quietly doing this.
No. I'm not questioning that the Eagles are doing this. The Eagles are absolutely saying they're putting a fire under Jalen's backside.
Yeah.
But I do not for a second believe that the Eagles are walking away from Jalen Hurts. I don't believe for a second that the Eagles are saying, we are looking to or planning on moving away from him.
Yeah,
I think they're trying to tweak Jalen Hurts.
I think you're right.
And I
think that's why certain articles come out when they do too.
And I think they're trying to tweak him a bit. And by the way, I don't think I've got any problem with that if it's for motivational purposes. A coach's son shouldn't have any problem with that.
Sure.
Shouldn't have any problem with that. But if the Eagles ever made any kind of reference to a prove it year, I'd absolutely I would lose my mind.
All right. Well, coming up next, I'm pro prove it year, as you know, but I will not say the level that I talk about another situation in the NFL, because I am very consistent with a specific head coach and a specific team in the National Football League where I go, yeah, they could win with anybody. I don't say that about this situation here. I'll explain more coming up next. It is Kincade and Salciunas, and you, because a lot of people are fired up this morning, Johnny.
And we want to know your age.
Let's talk about it coming up next here on The Fanatic.
Salciunas coming your way now.
All right, 6:46 here on Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic. Jalen Hurts, are the Eagles quietly doing a prove-it year? Well, the answer is yes. I mean, that's not like the topic. It's just whether or not you approve of the Eagles doing this. Jalen Hurts, the guaranteed money drops a lot after this season. Usually you start working on those deals now, and usually the Eagles do that ahead of schedule. To your point, John, eventually you're going to pay him even more money. The quicker you get ahead of it, the less it'll end up costing you.
I want it done now.
I know you do.
I really do.
And I'm fine with what they're doing.
I'm not. I'm just not. There's enough people that have to be paid. You got to pay Cooper.
I hope
You got to pay Quinyon. Okay? You got to pay Cooper and Quinyon, right? You're going to pay those guys.
Jalen Carter.
You got to pay Jalen Carter. You're going to pay. Then, remember, you have to extend your quarterback.
Yep.
This is, to me, it's a no-brainer to get this done when it's affordable because you've got so many guys on the defensive side of the ball that are coming up. You got to pay Jalix Hunt?
Eventually, yeah. Because you're not going to pay Nolan Smith.
You better have the money to pay Jalix Hunt. I'm just telling you, it's like, to me, this is a game of Russian roulette that doesn't make sense.
Unless the Eagles say, let's see first. Now, look, I am pro prove-it year. But what I will tell you now is, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday, if you're just tuning in, I think, like, he gets the contract extension. Like, I don't think he goes out there and he's a complete freaking disaster this year. So I think he gets the contract extension. I don't believe the Eagles as an organization should look at this like we can win with anyone. I really don't. I say that about Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers. I literally call them the San Francisco Shanahans. Like, I don't call them the 49ers.
He may be the most impactful head coach on his team.
We saw Brock Purdy go down, and it was like, uh-oh. And then Mac Jones, like, they won games with Mac Jones. So if Kyle Shanahan was the head coach of this team, maybe I would have that spin like, hey, I think that guy can win with anyone. I don't think he needs Jalen Hurts in order to win. But they don't have Kyle Shanahan. And they never have. So that makes Jalen Hurts' resume even more impressive. It's not like he's had some guru offensive coordinator. He hasn't had the same one for 2 years.
Shanahan may be, to me, he very well may be the most impactful head coach in the NFL. As far as to his team, he may be the biggest. And, wow, I mean, it's Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has got what he's dealt with is pretty amazing, but he's also had a lot of benefits. So everybody who says, well, Jalen's been dealing with all of these new offensive coordinators all the time and everything like that, sure he has. I'll give you that. He definitely has had those challenges. But you know what else he's had? He's had some of the best offensive talent around him. And that also has to be part of the story, has to be part of the equation when you're talking about the Jalen Hurts story. You got to tell it all. Got to tell it all. And Jalen's had a hell of a lot of advantages, too. So it's good, it's bad. And I am a huge Jalen Hurts advocate, as you can hear. I am a big advocate. But let's not make it out like Jalen Hurts has had nothing but, like, he's had to crawl through glass to be successful.
Right, and that's why, like,
he's had a ton of advantages also.
It's why it sometimes pains me whenever, like, the Hurts-Allen thing comes up. Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Now, Jalen Hurts has won. And I watched Josh Allen for the first time have the opportunity to truly win in the playoffs, and he lost last year. Like, that was on him. He threw 2 interceptions against the Broncos? I know the Broncos have a very good defense.
He did not.
He played poorly in that game.
He played very poorly.
But
and he's played. He tends to always not be the reason his team loses. I think he was the reason his team lost.
I agree. I think that was the first playoff game where it was like you can point to Josh Allen being the reason why they lost. But Josh Allen had Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, how many times did they scratch him last year? Like 3 or 4 weeks last year. He was a healthy scratch. He's played with, and you look at what Jalen Hurts has had. It's why the conversation about Hurts is so much fun in a twisted way. Because, yes, if you are somebody that does not like Jalen Hurts, you can point to the fact that he has had everything.
He has, and he's also had, then you can talk about the constant turnover in coaching.
Yes.
And things like that. So he has had some things that have been some challenges also. But anybody who wants to paint it as Jalen has just overcome challenges all the time, We got to tell the whole story.
Yeah, that's not true. But you can also say, man, he handles this city pretty well.
I think he's done a great job.
This is not an easy place to play in any sport, let alone being the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. It's not an easy place to play.
I think so, too.
All right, what else we got on the Davis Honda text line? Feel the Davis difference. Check him out in Burlington.
So we have a check-in from Joe the Cynic, who doesn't give a specific age, but says he's old.
Oh, we know Joe.
Says ruggedly handsome
no,
as well.
Joe is Gen. No, he's a Gen Xer. Joe is Gen X.
I'm okay with a prove year for Jalen Hurts.
All right.
No, but would the one thing I would want is does anybody want to say? Does anybody want to say the term? The term is what pisses me off so much. That's what pisses me off. Like I think it's completely disrespectful.
Yeah, it's disrespectful because if you're saying, hey, should he prove it being a starting quarterback in the NFL? He's a Super Bowl champion. Like, yes, he deserves to be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Who's proven more than Jalen Hurts in this franchise's history?
Right.
Nobody.
It just comes down to what the organization wants. And if the organization wants to go with the Shanahan-McVay tree, and if they find out, like, this is best for us and this quarterback's not going to do well in it, then what are they going to do? Are they going to find another OC to try to tailor to what Jalen Hurts can do well? Or are they going to go after a quarterback that they think can play well, or better, I should say, in that system? That's for the Eagles to decide, man.
And
let me ask you a question.
I get this is really this actually gets more interesting the more feedback we get, the more interesting it gets, because like I think Joe's very candid in his opinions.
Yeah.
But I tend to think Joe is very fair. Joe's very straightforward. And to me, I'm like, okay, that it makes it tracks to me that makes sense. And I think that there's going to be a lot of fans who are like Joe, who are very much like Joe.
All right. Then I want you to answer this question as this conversation will continue to get legs. All right. Jalen Hurts, the Eagles are quietly doing a prove it year, it seems. Do you agree with this strategy by the Eagles organization? Not by Andrew Salciunas, radio host, John Kincade, radio host, the Eagles organization. We're just the conduit for conversation. That's
Correct.
all. That's all that we're here for, even though we have our opinions on it at 610-632-0975. But I want you guys, both of you, Connor and John, to answer this question coming up next. If this year goes poorly, like let's just say the offense it doesn't look like it's working, are you going Hurts or Mannion to blame?
Well, I got to see the year.
Well, let's talk about it coming up next.
And that's what it is. It's a good point.
All right, we'll get more of that coming up next. It is Kincade and Salciunas, because that might tell you what the Eagles want to do, too. Here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
A big swing from Bryson Stott. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Phillies won again last night, their fifth straight victory, coming back to beat the Reds 5-4. Bryson Stott's 2-out, 2-run homer in the eighth inning made the difference in the game. Alec Boehm also went yard in the win. He's been getting hot lately. Andrew Painter delivered a quality start after going 6 full innings and only allowing 2 runs on 3 hits, and no decision for him with the late switching of the score. But he talked after the game about the confidence growing, not just for himself, but for the whole team.
We all believe in everyone in that dugout, everyone in the clubhouse. So I think there's confidence with everyone that comes up to the plate, everyone that comes, that toes that rubber. So the confidence continues to grow.
As does the win streak. The Phils will look to make it 6 straight wins tonight in Game 2 against Cincinnati. 6:40 p.m. first pitch. Jesus Luzardo faces Chase Burns. We have exactly 1 week until the Eagles begin their OTAs. They'll get that going on the 26th. It's also 2 weeks until we hit the window for a potential post-June 1st trade of wide receiver A.J. Brown. And around the playoffs, the Spurs took down the Thunder in double overtime in the Western Conference Finals Game 1 last night. The Canadiens beat the Sabres 3-2 in overtime to advance to the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals. Amy Fadul will join us from the 8 o'clock hour till the end of the show. This update is brought to you by the Hartford Auto Insurance. Drivers 50 and over can count on the Hartford Auto Insurance for protection that brings peace of mind. The Hartford, your protection is their passion. Provided by the Hartford Insurance Group, Incorporated. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
All right, it's just about 7 o'clock here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, the Fanatic. Jalen Hurts. It seems like the Eagles are beginning a quiet prove-it year for Hurts. Do you agree with the strategy by the organization that we love so dearly? The number to text in, call in, voice memo in, 610-632-0975. Connor, what do we have as the poll of the day? It's brought to us by Dr. Avidan Appel and Iron Mountain Men's Health. Keeps the poll strong all 4 hours here in the morning for us. And then you guys will answer the question about Hurts versus Mannion. What do we got?
I think people will not be surprised to know that our question today is calling the upcoming season a prove-it year for Jalen Hurts disrespectful? Two options, yes or no. Very simple here. 71% saying yes, it is disrespectful, but 29% saying no.
All right.
I'm happy with the results so far. I'm happy. It makes me happy. It means I think people are seeing it. It's disrespectful, and the organization's not saying it. And to make it clear, because I've already got two people here, Andrew is not saying it. You are not saying it.
I'm okay with the
You're
strategy.
okay with the strategy.
But the Eagles are the ones that are quietly doing this.
Joe the cynic.
Hello, Joe.
Is okay with the strategy.
Yes.
He's not saying that, throw him out. It's a bum. You're not saying that. But what you're saying is you're okay with the strategy. Saying, let's see how this plays out.
Now, in response to the Twitter poll, somebody chimes in. When you put up these pathetic numbers, he's lucky he still has a job. And it's a bunch of, Jalen Hurts bad games. Like he handpicks the bad games. Handpicks the bad games.
How about we start at the three biggest games of his life? Because isn't that what we usually do with players?
That's what we should do. By the way, his Twitter account is Hurts Blows, so I just for added context.
Why don't we go to the three biggest games of his life? Because isn't that usually what we do with players?
That's why Lamar's never won. So why is Lamar better than Jalen?
Yeah. Why don't we evaluate players on the biggest stage with the brightest lights? Lamar Jackson, honestly. He's absolutely just hides from the light. Jalen Hurts smiles.
Yeah.
Moves towards the light. He loves it. Absolutely loves it.
Yeah, he's a big game player. I mean, we've absolutely – there's no denying that he is a big game player. I mean, some of his best games have been the biggest games. 2 NFC Championship games and 2 Super Bowls, even the one that they lost. You know, he outplays Patrick Mahomes except for that the ball off his knee.
He did. Yes.
He was great in that game. They could legitimately have 2 Super Bowls, and we're talking about whether or not Jalen Hurts has to prove something. But that's what the Eagles seem to be doing right now. 610-632-0975. So let's talk about this real quick as we'll continue to find legs to this discussion. And I love how our YouTube chat's buzzing right now.
Okay, that's good.
Back and forth.
And is it sort of like a 50-50 tennis match, or is
Kinda
it a?
Seems like it. But the funniest comment that I saw from Kieran is, "I'm so over the vitriol in this chat." What do you think we deal with every day, dude? Come on, man. You're tired after one day of your Hurts take being disagreed with. All right.
Well, wait a minute. Which side is he on?
I think he's pro Hurts.
Okay,
no proving.
Then hang with me, dude. Hang with me. Come on, fight the good fight.
I think our mentions are like everything.
Hang with me, dude. Seriously.
Somebody told me I was smoking crack the other day.
Were you?
No.
Well, you do stay very thin. I would say to my students all the time, if you're thin-skinned, don't go into this business.
Don't do this,
because people are really nasty when they're behind.
It takes the toughest of us to be radio hosts.
Hell yeah, man.
People are nasty when they're behind a keyboard.
Hell yeah, they are.
They're really nasty.
All right, so if this doesn't go well this year, and I'm not saying go well like they win 5 games. Like, let's say it's much like last year.
Let's say it's 11-6 and they go nowhere in the playoffs.
And we're saying, man, if it wasn't for the defense, they may win 8 games or something.
Absolutely.
Like that, because that's what it was last year. Is it Hurts or Mannion?
Well, I have to see it play out. I'd have to see that scenario play out. But in my mind, I would think that it's probably going to be blamed on Hurts.
Sure.
Because people aren't going to understand enough of whether to blame Mannion. And I'm not saying people don't have the intelligence, because there are many fans who understand the X's and O's better than I do. Mm-hmm. But they won't understand who to blame. And we won't know whether it's good enough to blame Mannion. Last year we knew we had an incompetent boob. as an offensive coordinator. He was horrendous.
Yeah, he was bad, man.
And I remember whenever we get out to 50 days of therapy, whenever we get out to 7 weeks from the season, when I had my paranoia just started to kick in about, I think this guy is going to ruin the season. I felt like it.
Yeah.
I felt it in my heart of hearts that last year, Kevin Petula was going to ruin the Eagles season. And you guys did your 50 days of therapy to try to calm me down.
Tried helping you, man.
Well, guess what?
Didn't work.
Guess what? Miss Cleo over here. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
You were right.
Bozo.
All right, coming up later on this segment, like 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay.
I can't believe somebody actually did this.
What happened?
Somebody ranked all 63 quarterbacks that started in a game last year from 1 to 63.
And we're going to see where Tanner McKee's at.
I will tell you where Jalen Hurts is at, but there's a reason why I'm doing this if we're talking about prove-it years.
May I ask you who did it? That's what's going to be important, because if it's somebody that I would respect their opinion, then that's going to be more important.
I don't think it matters to what I'm going to do with it, but was Nick Shook.
Oh, Nick Shook. Okay, I've read Nick Shook
from NFL.com.
No. I okay.
But that's not necessarily what I'm getting.
Okay, but still, though, that does
minutes.
matter to me when I start hearing somebody being,
He has Hurts at 63. Let's go to David in Drexel Hill. What's up, Dave? You're on Kincade and Salciunas.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's up, David?
Hey, you know what amazes me?
What's that?
I'm looking at, take Patrick Mahomes, for instance. Season sucked last year. The team didn't make the playoffs, right? They got beat the year before, and people pat him on the back and still say he's the greatest.
Well,
Jalen
deservedly
Hurts
so.
And we say he stink. Well, why?
Because they base it on what he used to be.
And I didn't hear
last
nobody
year
talk about
he stunk.
when he was good. When he was good at his best, nobody talked about the weapons around him.
Yeah, they didn't. But
greatest tight end ever. You know, but that's a different story. But I don't want to get stuck on that. Let me say this. It's only, I believe, 4 quarterbacks in the entire NFL that has 4 or more touchdowns than Jalen Hurts in his worst season, as everybody say. You know? And here's the second thing. Here's what I personally think is going to happen. I personally think Jalen Hurts is going to have a superstar season, and then he's going to flip the bird at us and say, "See y'all later."
Well, he's not allowed to leave. He won't. They've never.
He's under contract.
He's under contract,
because
so they've
he
got
has
a contract
wife now, and she probably wants to be somewhere else in the country.
Why would you think that?
He is under contract. So
he's under contract. He can't go anywhere
unless he pulls the A.J. Brown crap and demands a trade.
Well, he could do that.
Which I highly doubt that's. I highly doubt that.
He could go cryptic. He could go cryptic Facebook post, cryptic Instagram.
Jalen Hurts is on a different app that nobody knows.
Jalen Hurts doesn't. Jalen Hurts isn't going to. Hey, Jalen Hurts doesn't conduct himself like a child, like A.J. Brown.
Person.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask y'all this, though, because, again, I'm looking at, like, last season. When we're talking about him, you can't bring up his passing stats because they ran the ball, almost 70%. And the weapons that you said he had.
The fair question is why?
The running back, right? Let's look at the running back. Why didn't he do that great before he came to this city? But when he came here, he did great because Jalen Hurts was running too.
And he had an offensive line that he didn't have in New York. I mean, like there's reasons why Saquon was better here. Thanks for the call.
I think one of the major reasons that Saquon was better, one of them
was the threat. Yeah,
was the threat of Jalen Hurts.
Daniel Jones ran the football too.
And if it is true that Daniel Jones doesn't run the football like isn't a threat like Jalen Hurts.
I got you.
And if it's true that Jalen didn't want to do that or was telling Kevin Petullo, don't call those plays or I don't want that in the offense,
which was reported,
then that is Jalen Hurts. That's bad on Jalen.
Yeah. That's
bad on him. That's a problem on his part.
Yeah, look, I don't think Jalen's going anywhere. Again, there is a bit of a revisionist history sometimes with Hurts. Like they turned to run the football not because of Saquon Barkley. That was a part of it. But the first 4 games, everybody was wondering why they weren't running the ball more. Hurts did not play well in the first 4 games of that season. They went 2-2 because of his poor play in the first 4 games of that season. And then they ran the ball. And we know what happened after that. Now, he threw the ball really well in the NFC title game in the Super Bowl, like he did. So
he did.
He can do both.
And every time that
bit of a revisionist history with the running the football thing.
And every time they asked him to run the football, he ran it well.
Yes, he did.
I mean, no, that he threw the football. He threw it pretty well.
Well, running the ball, he did well too.
Yes, he did.
It's just reportedly that
if he didn't want to run it, that's a problem.
Yeah,
that's a real problem.
All right, what do we got on the Davis Honda text line? A lot of people chiming in this morning. What do we got?
All right, so we have a check-in from Keith, who is 67, and he said, if you believe that this is a prove-it year for Jalen Hurts, you've lost your mind. Jalen is perfect for Philly. Check out his passing stats at Oklahoma. He can do anything.
I think it's a bright guy. I think that's a bright comment because, again, I do think, and again, this is just one man, I think there's a lot of people who have not watched college football in this market. I don't think this is a big college football market.
I don't think we can, in 2026, heading into 2027, talk about Jalen Hurts at Oklahoma anymore. Like, I don't think that's valid to the conversation.
I think that any time someone has a skill set that they've already shown that they can do, and then it's just not displayed at a level that you already know they can do it, I think that's valid. I think when you have a skill set and you know someone can do something, and yes, I've watched Jalen Hurts be asked to do things that he's not asked to do here, and I think that's on Nick Sirianni. I think Nick Sirianni is one of those guys who doesn't want to take – he is risk-adverse.
Turnover
battle,
baby. Turnover battle.
By the way, I lean towards supporting Nick Sirianni. I would be the Cuz used to say to me, oh, my gosh, if you were a football coach, you'd be like 1960s Tom Landry.
Hell yeah, man.
Because I'm very conservative like
3
that.
yards in a cloud of dust, baby.
So I actually lean towards Nick Sirianni's mentality of taking less risk. So I understand it. But Jalen Hurts has been in much more aggressive offenses, and I've seen him execute them to the point where college football playoff, Heisman Trophy finals. Heisman Trophy winner. Those type of things.
Those things are all pretty good.
That helps.
So the reason why I wanted to do this ranking thing, forget where Jalen Hurts is ranked for a second, because you're probably going to laugh at where he's ranked. Again, Nick Shook. Or is it Shook? It's S-H-O-O-K.
I think that's Shook.
Shook. All right.
Ah.
Regardless.
Shout
NFL,
out Nick.
NFL.com, writes, covers the NFL, clearly, for NFL.com. He has Jalen Hurts, after this season just ended, as the 19th ranked quarterback in the National Football League. All right, that's pretty low on the list for Jalen Hurts. I know he's all over the place. 19 is low.
That's absolutely absurd for me.
Now, he's also basing it off of statistics from last year where he did not play well. So, whatever. All right?
Whatever. Do you know, does it have the listing of who's ahead of him?
I will do that right now. And the reason why I want to do that is if Jalen Hurts has a prove-it year, then what about these quarterbacks?
Okay.
And that's what I was trying to get at here.
Good job.
All right, so he had Stafford at number 1. There's no prove-it year for Matt Stafford. We all know Matt Stafford. All right, Josh Allen's number 2. Nobody's asking Josh Allen to prove anything, even though
Josh Allen has never been able to get over the hump, and he's had a ton of opportunities.
But Buffalo's not questioning at all.
No,
I don't think
they're not at all. Nor should they.
Dak Prescott was number 3. Dak Prescott's career has been a prove-it year, right? Like offensively, yeah, sure, statistically he puts up the numbers, but
he has great stats. It's great stats. Celebrate
and I'm not
stats.
saying he's a bad quarterback.
No.
It's just if you're a Cowboys fan, I wonder what they think about Dak Prescott. All right, Drake May, we'll see. It's still too early.
Oh, my
we'll
gosh,
see.
yes.
Justin Herbert, that dude's career has been a prove-it year. He's had a prove-it career at this point. If we're talking Jalen Hurts prove-it year, and hand raised, I'm pro-strategy with the Eagles. If we're talking Jalen Hurts prove-it year, then what's Justin Herbert?
Justin Herbert? For God's sakes.
Trevor Lawrence, can he back up last year's performance? Prove-it year.
Oh, my gosh.
In my opinion, right? Like
yes.
Last year was his best year.
Yes.
Before that, he was labeled a bust.
Yes.
All right, number 7, Sam Darnold.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm sorry, Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
I agree with Connor's sometimes lack of respect to Sam Darnold.
I think you guys are both nuts there.
He got carried.
He was ridiculous.
That was a great defense.
Ridiculous.
What a head coach he had.
All right, then what are you saying about Jalen Hurts?
Listen, I'm bad.
I'm just saying, back-to-back
You
years
wanna
was
hear
a very similar team. Running game, good defense, quarterback.
You want to hear it? I'm pro-prove-it year for Jalen Hurts.
All right, good.
And I'm also pro-prove-it year for pretty much every single quarterback in the NFL.
Connor, nobody could have named Sam Darnold's head coach last year at this time.
Yeah, he had a farm.
Nobody on the streets.
Old McDonald.
Nobody on the streets could have even said, "Yeah, who's the head coach of the Seattle
Seahawks?" Didn't they do that in Seattle with the photo of him?
Yeah, the walk
people
around.
couldn't figure out
Nobody
who
would
it
have been
was.
able to even identify him.
Yes, I know. I'm just dying on this hill.
Exactly.
Caleb Williams still too early, but Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, I mean, seriously.
Jared Goff's another walking prove it year, especially in Detroit after missing the playoffs last year.
You should be the poster boy for prove it year.
And you want to talk about now? Look, again, I understand both sides of the debate when it comes to Jalen Hurts, but you want to talk about Jalen Hurts gets carried because of the talent around him. What does Jared Goff have?
Oh my gosh!
Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta. My man Jahmyr Gibbs.
You could honor
offensive line.
You could say that in his career, he has arguably been surrounded by some of the best talent.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp in his prime when he was with the Rams.
He's had McVay.
Yeah,
Ben Johnson.
I mean, come on now.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's been in a position arguably better than Jalen Hurts.
So those are your first 9, right? Then there's like Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson,
and look.
Nobody's moving on from those guys.
Can I have a prove it year for Joe Burrow?
Yeah, sure. I think it's fair. It's prove it healthier.
Can I have a prove it? Like, can Joe Burrow not be out with menstrual cramps? I mean, seriously. Like, can we have something?
Feels far.
Can we have something for Joe Burrow? Can I 1 year have Joe Burrow
Wasn't
absolutely
his foot broken or something?
I mean, seriously, Joe Burrow. I mean, it's like he was wearing an Embiid jersey the other night. By the way,
oh, was he?
He was.
Well, yeah. No, I've compared the Sixers to the Bengals and the Bengals to the Sixers.
I think the Sixers are the Cowboys. Always talked about, never deliver. I think that's the Sixers.
That's painful.
They are. It's terrible, but they are.
But the thing with that is, like, for me, and this is just how I view the quarterback position, especially with the contract size in modern NFL. And, Andy, I know you've talked about this a lot, like paying guys that should not be paid.
There's a lot of
We've all said
quarterbacks that are getting paid money that are killing their cap that don't deserve it.
I would say that any given year in the NFL, 90% plus of quarterbacks should be considered a prove-it year. There's just so much that committing financially long-term handicaps your ability to build a team so much, especially, like we have Howie Roseman, and we're talking about this. If you don't have a guy who can manipulate the cap that way, paying a quarterback, if they are not a top 7 to 9 guy in the NFL, you are screwing yourself for the next 5+ years.
I never would have paid Brock Purdy if I was San Francisco.
But here's Connor, I think it's a really interesting point you're making. Like, that's really, it's thought-provoking. But who is going to be the team that's going to say, enough's enough? I'm not doing it. I'm just not going to pay.
It should have been San Francisco.
And then, exactly.
And even they balked and still paid Brock Purdy.
And then it's going to be the next and the next. And then, like, who's going to follow suit? Nobody's going to do it.
My point is, though, the basis of it, because the Eagles aren't truly in that situation because Hurts has proven a lot of stuff already. You can win with Jalen Hurts, but with all they're going to have to do financially, defensively, it's going to cut down on what he has to work with offensively. And that's going to change the style of game he's going to have to play. And if I'm the Eagles and I have any questions about giving a quarterback another monster deal or working on that extension, I'm okay with saying I need to see a lot before I do that. And that's why I think it is. Now, the prove-it-year term, I agree with you. That in and of itself.
It sounds icky because he's been to 2 Super Bowls and he's won one, and he outperformed Patrick Mahomes in the one they lost. Like, it sounds gross saying it.
How about a C more year?
Sure. It still sounds gross. Like, because if I was on John Kincaid's side, John is very clearly like, give Jalen Hurts a contract now. So I'm going to speak for you here. Seymour Watts. The guy's won every year of his career in the National Football League, above 500 every single year, been to 2 Super Bowls, has won a Super Bowl. What more do you want to see?
I believe he's going to be good, but I'd like to see more versatility. You can believe something's going to happen and still want to see it.
And look, I'm on your side. I'm speaking for John. Like, I would imagine somebody hearing you say that or hearing me say, yeah, I'm prove-it-year strategy for the Eagles. We probably sound like lunatics. Do you think we sound like lunatics?
Yes. Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, is I think both of you, though, and I will give you both credit for this. I think both of you have.
Oh, there's reason.
You both have made your cases that it sounds rational. Like, I'm not offended by either one of the cases.
The Twitter account that responded to the poll at Hurts Blows, like, that guy just doesn't like Jalen Hurts.
I'm not offended by the case that you make and the opinion you make that you both are all for the prove-it year. You both make really, really good cases for why you feel that way, and it most certainly does not offend me in any way. Like, it doesn't offend me at all, so that's good.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that we
No, it's good. I think it's
not
good.
offend you.
It's good.
By the way, Phillies still on the table as well. Have we got any Phillies just reaction? Phillies win again yesterday, 5-4 over the Cincinnati Reds.
The Magic Mattingly, by the way, has really taken off.
Yeah, can we play the music again?
It's really taken off.
Because even
on the broadcast, it's taken off.
However, there is one thing that he needs to do to really prove his magic to me. All right, I texted you guys yesterday. I will join the cult of Mattingly, of Donnie Baseball, if he can get Otto Kemp to play baseball well. Because they called him up yesterday.
It's a miracle worker?
My first question was why? Like, was there a reason to call up Otto Kemp yesterday other than he's been hitting well in AAA? Wow, shocking. The guy that's a quad A player can hit well in AAA. What was the reason, Mr. Locked On Phillies podcast?
I mean, Reyes did not really give you anything crazy.
Okay, what did Otto Kemp give you?
He had 21 RBIs and 80-some at-bats down in the minors. So that's a pretty good stretch.
And you know who else is going to do that? Felix Reyes. He's going to go down to AAA.
Exactly.
He's going to hit 20 runs in 80 at-bats.
Right.
Because they're probably too good to be in AAA, but they're not good enough to be in the major leagues. And unfortunately, Dave Dombrowski has a lot of that around here.
Okay, yes, he does. And you don't like Otto Kemp, and I get it. But Felix Reyes for Otto Kemp is a 0-0 flip. So a guy was playing well down there. A guy up here was not playing well. You make the swap. If it doesn't work, you make the swap again, and you keep doing it until we actually figure out what right-handed pop looks like in this lineup.
All I know is Felix Reyes has one more home run than Otto Kemp.
Yes, we know that
it's 1-0.
We know that Felix Reyes is actually
now.
Well, we know that Felix Reyes is actually there's actually something upside. There could potentially be a mild upside.
No, there's not.
He could be out of baseball in 5 minutes.
Could be.
I don't know.
But I already know what Otto Kemp is.
Yeah. Championship type player.
I already know what Otto Kemp is.
I had a twisted thought yesterday.
Okay.
You do know because he's played with the Phillies this year, Otto Kemp. He could not make the postseason roster, but if they win the World Series, he gets a ring.
Oh, no.
And so Dave Dombrowski would have been right.
Correct.
Championship type player, Otto
And we
Kemp.
would not complain about that at all because we would see this team win the World Series, and we should just be happy.
I'll buy a Kemp jersey.
But if he's on the float, it's stupid.
I'll let anybody on the float at that point. You know what we've been through?
What we've been through? What are you talking about? What you've been through?
No,
Would you stop it?
Otto Kemp is allowed on the float. If they win a World Series, he's allowed on the float.
Gosh.
Johnny gatekeeping again.
Jeez, he's on the float. Seriously.
All right, coming up next.
52 years
By the way,
today.
speaking of the Phillies, random Phillies question that I have for you guys coming up next. Also, we've reached the point of how are they still not signed yet in the NFL, Johnny? In the offseason.
Okay.
There's actually some pretty big names that are available. And I just curious, temperature check, your thoughts on these players. That comes right next as well. Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Tell you right now that if something doesn't feel right, go to the doctor. If you got new or unusual symptoms, get the doctor to check him out. If a cancer diagnosis were to come into your family, though, you want to check out the consultants in medical oncology and hematology. Dr. John Sprandio Jr. and his entire team made it easy for me to get my answers fast. And I shopped around for a doctor because it was about saving my life. They gave me a quick consultation. They gave me great communication. But most importantly, they gave me a plan so I knew what to expect. Their location at the Mainline Cancer Center in Newtown Square was fantastic. And that's where I got most of my treatment there and in Broomall. It was so easy. And they've got hospitals and healthcare systems across the tri-state area that are waiting to give you seamless care. So if you've had abnormal test results or unexplained symptoms, get it checked out. And if cancer is in your life, get it out with the consultants in medical oncology and hematology. They are the best. And they gave me peace of mind. They gave me great care. Most importantly, these folks are awesome. They're compassionate, and they took all the stress off of me, took it upon their shoulders, and walked me into the light. Yeah, the light of being cancer-free. Visit CMOH.org and take that first step yourself towards getting peace of mind.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
A comeback win for the Phils. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Phillies won again last night, coming back to beat the Reds 5-4 in the 8th inning, thanks to Bryson Stott's 2-out, 2-run homer in that frame. That made the difference in the game. Here's how it sounded on NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Fly ball, right field. Back is Steer. Back toward the wall. It is gone! 2-run home run for Bryson Stott.
And the Phils find their 5th straight victory. We'll see if they can make it 6 straight wins tonight in Game 2 against Cincinnati. Andrew Painter also a strong night last night, delivering a quality start for the Phils tonight. Jesus Luzardo gets to follow it up. He's on the mound at 6:40, facing off against Chase Burns. We have exactly 1 week until the Eagles begin their OTAs. They'll get that going on the 26th, which is this coming Tuesday. It's also 2 weeks exactly until we hit June 2nd, which would be the start of the window for a potential post-June 1st trade of wide receiver A.J. Brown. If you haven't heard that storyline yet this offseason. And around the playoffs, the Spurs took down the Thunder in double overtime in Western Conference Game 1 in the NBA. The Canadiens beat the Sabres 3-2 in overtime to advance to the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals. Amy Padul joins us from the 8 o'clock hour till the end of the show. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
Weekdays with Marks. Now more of Kincade and Salciunas.
97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
7 a.m. hour is brought to you by the BetParks online casino and sportsbook app. Live bet sports on the BetParks app. Play all your favorite casino games. There's always another way to win on the BetParks online casino and sportsbook. Got to be 21 in Pennsylvania, Jersey, or Maryland. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, we'll get back to our texts and calls here in a moment because the Jalen Hurts conversation is hot and heavy. Do you believe the Eagles' strategy of a quiet prove-it year is right or wrong for Jalen Hurts? Is it disrespectful to be talking about prove-it years for Jalen Hurts, who has won a Super Bowl, been to 2, has had nothing but winning seasons? However, there are people that point out to, yeah, but look at the defense and look at all the weapons that they've had around him. And what if the Sean Mannion style of offense, which is a McVay, Shanahan tree that they want, and it doesn't work out well? Do you go to a different quarterback? Is that why it's a prove-it year? We'll continue that conversation at 610-632-0975. But John Kincade, question for you. Connor, question for you. More so, John, this is an ageism question. Yesterday, I put this out on social media watching the Phillies-Reds game when left fielder J.J. Bleday came up to bat. And I was talking to you guys about this before the show yesterday morning. J.J. Bleday is a name that I wish Harry Kalas was still around. I wish Harry Kalas was still around, period. But he's one of those names that I wish I could hear Harry Kalas say. J.J. Bleday is just like...
You want to hear Harry.
That's an all-time Harry name.
Absolutely.
What is, if you could give me 2 or 3, I know Mickey's always like the number one that people think
Mickey
of.
Morandini.
What are your favorite,
favorite
Harry
ever?
Kalas names?
Oh, let me just think.
I know, I threw this one out of nowhere. Like the way he would say Michael Jack was great for Michael Jack Schmidt.
Absolutely.
Like Chase Utley, you are the man.
Yeah, that was more of a call.
But that's not his name.
It's
that's
not
a
the
call. Right, exactly.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, gosh.
I kind of want to take Mickey off the list because, like, Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey's got to go off.
Like
the
that's just it's great. It's iconic.
because he loved that one.
Yeah.
He loved that. I got to think about that one. You can't spring that on me.
YouTube, text line, best Harry Kalas names. What do you
That
got,
Harry
Connor?
loved.
Had anything come to mind for you?
I just have a name I like, so I think that might have incepted me. But Placido Polanco is an all-time baseball name.
It is a great.
Yeah, I don't remember Harry.
Yeah, I don't. Like,
That's the thing.
Harry's call.
Like the reason why I want to hear him say J.J. Bleday is because I remember him saying Ricky Leday. Like that's one of my favorites. Ricky Leday is one of my favorite Harry Kalas names.
The stuff that bounces around in your head.
It's a dangerous place.
The weird thing is he really had a lot of fun with the dude, Lenny Dykstra.
Sure.
He always loved to say Dykstra, the dude. He had fun with that. That always put a smile during that run. Miserable team to cover.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But they were a miserable bunch.
Fun year though.
Boy, yeah,
For
it was
those of you
fun.
who were alive for it.
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
All right, send in your best names. You think of a few.
I'll think of a few.
All right. Also, ESPN.com has a list of 14 free agents that are still available, and they put their best fit for each team. And you read some of these names, you're like, I'm surprised they're still free agents. Now everybody's getting up there in age, most of these guys. There is one player that they have as a best fit for the Eagles, which is Mekhi Becton.
Not happening.
No.
He's not happening.
And also, with Stoutland not here, I don't see why they would do that. Like
I don't think that's it.
He's had one good year.
I don't think that's it. I think that I think they're very happy. I think they were very okay with letting him walk out the door.
Okay. Now
they're very happy with him walking out the door.
Again, just temperature check. Yes or no. It doesn't even have to be. Yeah, I would give him a 3-year. Like yes or no. Stephon Diggs.
Nah.
No.
Joey Bosa.
No.
Interested, but
You're interested.
Interested, but no.
Debo, who actually had a
Because
nice
he's going to
year
be too
last
much.
year.
Bosa's going to be too much.
yeah, the cost is the thing. I'm interested in
why
the player, not the cost.
Right, player, not the cost.
Debo.
Nah.
No.
Now, the reason why I'm even mentioning the wide receivers, there are a lot
There's
of
too many. The wide receiver room is full.
That's what I say.
It's full.
But the amount of people that want Kayshon Boutte in a trade with A.J. Brown. Brian Thomas Jr. I get, because that guy's a stud when everything's working out for him. That guy's a stud. But, like, I saw the people saying, I really think the Patriots should throw Boutte in a part of the deal. Like, how many more wide receivers do you want?
They don't need any more wide receivers. The wide receiver room is packed.
All right, A.J. Epineza, the edge that played really well for years with Buffalo.
Interested in the player, cheaper cost. Interested.
Yeah.
All right. No need for Jonnu Smith. You have enough tight ends, even though I like him a lot.
No. The tight end room is the tight end room's spilling out into the hallway.
All right, Cam Jordan, edge rusher.
I'm interested in every edge rusher.
I'm interested in every
10.5 sacks just last year.
I'm interested in every edge rusher, but I have a feeling he's going to be one of those guys that gets like 1 year, $12 million.
Sure.
Something like that, 1 year, $10 million.
There you go. This one's my favorite. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Jadeveon Clowney is still available.
No,
former, future, current Eagle, whatever you want to call him.
That spearing bastard.
Oh, yeah, against Nick Foles.
But
Jadeveon Clowney.
Wentz.
No, it was Foles in the chest.
No, it was Wentz.
Wentz when he concussed him in the playoff game.
Oh, but the chest was the Texans.
It was the playoff game.
You're right.
Yeah,
so
it was that playoff
so he
game.
speared two Eagles quarterbacks.
And I'm telling you, they don't lose. They do not lose that playoff game without that.
Yeah, I agree.
The only way to avoid it is have him on your side.
And you don't want to be driving a South Carolina street if he's on it.
John, Jadeveon Clowney's it's amazing because he's like, yeah, I'll sign whenever I want, and then I'll get you 8.5 sacks. Like, he had 8.5 sacks last year. Like, he's actually still putting together numbers despite him just kind of showing up whenever he wants to. Bobby Wagner, no,
thanks.
So.
David DeLucci,
That's
by the way.
Great one.
That was Cousin Matt.
David DeLucci was a one-hit wonder.
David
for the Phillies.
DeLucci.
Von Miller,
no.
Edge rusher, interested.
No, not Von Miller. And he has that he has that farting problem too.
Well, there's also the off-the-field stuff where the Eagles are completely out.
You don't want that.
Oh, yes, correct.
Nick Chubb, no. And then Trayvon Diggs, cornerback, which if I'm a team that doesn't have Quinyon Mitchell, I'd be
no. Yeah, exactly.
But these are some big names that are still available as of May 19th.
Yeah, that's shocking to me.
The National Football League.
That's shocking.
All right, what do we got on the Davis Honda text line with this Jalen Hurts discussion?
Only about 4,000 texts that we've gotten so far on this Jalen Hurts thing. Stephen Thorndale checks in, does not give his name. And he says, again, Broncos fan here, but Jalen doesn't make, quote-unquote, all the throws. He has limited what his team is capable of out of stubbornness. He's a winner. If he chooses to use the middle of the field and stay on time, he could be a top 5 guy.
Okay.
So is he saying he doesn't do it he's saying out of stubbornness, not out of lack of or the ability to do?
Well, I think that has to do with the running conversation that has popped up.
Yeah, but he
recently.
mentioned throwing over the middle. Like, I don't think Jalen Hurts is being stubborn. It's either he's not comfortable or, to your point that you brought up earlier, Nick Sirianni goes, no, we don't want that because it's more of a risk.
I think Nick Sirianni's the one who doesn't want it thrown over the middle much. But I think he's been forced.
But they're pro deep shot downfield, even though Jalen does throw it well. But they're pro deep shot downfield.
It's actually less risk, though.
Okay.
There's less risk. If you're talking about risk, yes. If you're talking about throwing it into traffic, it's a less turnover throw. I think Nick's very risk adverse. And look, I tend to be that way too, so I'm not going to, say to him that's stupid.
He preaches the turnover battle. Let's go to Jay in West Philly. What's up, Jay?
What's up, Jay? Where you been?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
My man.
I heard him getting interviewed this morning. Go ahead, Jay. What do you got?
How you doing, Jay?
Hey, Chunas. I forgot how much younger you are than me.
Yeah, sorry. I'm a little puppy still.
You said you want to prove it out of Jalen Hurts, right?
I'm okay with the Eagles' strategy, and I think it's going to work out for Jalen Hurts.
But see, you didn't see the years of Bobby Hoying and all that.
Correct.
Jay, this is what I preach to these.
I'm spoiled, man.
This is what I preach to the spoiled brats.
John, the thing that they complained about Jalen Hurts was, how many times did we lose to that? These same guys in our division when we lost to Mark Rippon.
Oh, constantly.
Have you heard me complain about Jalen Hurts?
No, but it's the fans that say. But it's the fans that say it. Is what Jay's telling you.
I'm just saying I haven't complained about him.
Let me ask you this though, because you say he don't throw across the middle, right?
Well, I mean, statistically, it shows you he doesn't. I'm
not.
But listen, he does. When's the last time you watched an Eagles game? Like, he doesn't throw it over the middle of the field.
Hold on. Let me get my Sixers thing in too. But when Sirianni talked about the offense, right, with Jalen Hurts, what does he say? Our offense go through AJ, Devontae, then Goddard, right?
Yeah, and he also doesn't want to turn the ball over.
But Goddard is the third, maybe fourth option, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going through your progression chart and it's Sirianni offense, I'm looking for AJ, I'm looking for Smitty. Then I got to come down to Goddard. So he's going to throw over the middle because he can't do it. He's done it before. I mean, I have seen Goddard make receptions before.
Yeah.
So that means it's been over the middle. That's why I think Jalen, you see, they don't report the two reports that this year. They keep talking about the Fowler thing, but he said that he excited with Mannion. Like, he respects his offensive mind.
Yeah, because he didn't respect Ken Patullo, nor should he have. I mean,
he knew that
Patullo was a disaster.
He knew Patullo was not ready for that. He was not ready for that.
Yeah.
And John, when we was listening, like the NFL back in the day, how much of these betting apps or betting things think you fall into the criticism of Jalen Hurts?
Oh, dude, betting,
I think it's a big part of it. Thanks,
for the call, Jay. Betting and fantasy football have ruined a lot of discourse when it comes to
I think it's a big
sports
part
talk.
of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it sucks.
It is because, look, but Jay, again, this really does become sort of an age thing because it really does play to it.
Like the ageism card.
It
today.
is, and it does.
That's why we're asking people to send in their ages too when they text in their take today.
Which I think is fair.
I like how Johnny Mark says people send their location and what they do for work.
Which is cool.
Today we're doing ages.
We're doing age.
Tomorrow's Social Security number.
Coming up next, it is today's headlines with Connor Thomas. David DeLucci's a strong one.
Cousin Matt, the leader in the clubhouse with that one.
I'll see if any other names come in. Somebody said Mickey Morandini. We've said not Mickey Morandini because that's like a 1 seed. We all know Mickey Morandini. All right. Today's headlines with Connor Thomas coming up next here on The Fanatic. All right. Let's tell you about the incredible opportunity that you have ahead of you. All it takes is a little deposit. Andrew Salciunas here from 97.5 The Fanatic, letting you know that we are teaming up with our friends at Phillies Sports Trips. How about the official travel partner of the Philadelphia Eagles?
I'm glad to see the Eagles finally figured out the best people to travel with.
Dude, I'm so proud of Vince. I'm so happy for him, what he has been able to do over the now 9 seasons, soon to be 10 seasons for the Philadelphia Eagles and traveling. It's been unbelievable, very well deserved. Can't wait to go to Nashville with you. This is more than just a game.
Awesome.
All right, the entire Philly Sports Trips experience is that. It's basically an all-inclusive. Here you go, Vince. Take my money. Now what do I do? Well, you got your airline tickets. You got your game tickets. You got your hotel stay. Every event that is part of the package, that's part of your price. So there's parties. There's a bar crawl scheduled for the trip to Nashville. There's the game tailgate. Your travel back when you're hungover Monday morning, that's taken care of. You have nothing that you need to do after you pay Philly Sports Trip. So if you ever wanted to roll into an away game with a crew of diehard Birds fans and turn it into a full weekend experience, this is the way to do it. The NFL schedule is now out. You can now pick the weeks that you want, whether it's Nashville, Chicago, London, Dallas, road trip to D.C., road trip to New York, New Jersey. You can do that with Philly Sports Trips. Start planning. Grab your crew. Check out all the details now at phillysportstrips.com. That's phillysportstrips.com, and I'll see you in Nashville.
Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic.
7:48 here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic. All right, I looked up ChatGPT.
Well, that's always a great, reliable source.
The best names Harry Callis used to say, in case you're just tuning in, random note from yesterday's Phillies-Reds game, J.J. Bleday. I was like, damn, I wish I could hear Harry say that name because of Ricky Leday. By the way, it's a Tuesday with Amy Fadul, ready to go. She'll be in with us.
That's always good.
ChatGPT gave these 5 names. Mickey Morandini, no surprise. We literally said nobody answer Mickey Morandini because we
Not
know
allowed to have Mickey
we
Morandini.
know that you're going to say it. Placido Polanco made the list. I don't have a memory of him saying that name.
But it's just a great name.
It is a great name. Kurt Schilling, what's special about Kurt Schilling?
I do remember
would be better.
I do remember him with Kurt Schilling. There was a little bit of he put a little stank on it.
All right. Von Hayes, I feel like that's a very normal
Von
name.
Hayes. Yeah, I don't remember there being much stank on it.
This one for sure, and shame on me for not bringing it up because little Andrew was like, this guy's going to be a stud. Rico Bronya.
Oh, Rico Bronya's a great one.
Rico Bronya's a great Harry name.
There was, who was the first baseman that they brought up? The first baseman that they got temporarily.
Temporarily when?
2000 era.
What, Travis Lee?
No, there was another one. I got to think of one. There was a first baseman.
Ryan Howard.
Before Howard. I'll think of it. And there was one there was a couple other names. There were some random guys that came through town.
Yeah.
He was the best.
Dude, how come ChatGPT, this is why ChatGPT sucks. Kim Batiste is a great Harry name.
He had a great one when Kim Batiste had the game-winning hit in Game 1 of the NLCS against the Braves.
Yeah, right.
In '93,
right, yeah.
And it was Kim Batiste.
Yeah, I mean that's a great one.
Yes, that's a great one.
All right, you know what's great? Today's headlines with Connor Thomas.
Today's headlines with the Connor Thomas.
And it's brought to us by Lundy Law. For over 70 years, Lundy Law has been fighting for injured people. If you need them, remember the name, Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Visit LundyLaw.com. That's LundyLaw.com. And boys, pack your suitcases. We're going international for this edition of today's headlines. Specifically, a lot of France talk in this one, starting with the most popular Frenchman in the NBA these days, Victor Wembanyama, last night with an unbelievable performance for San Antonio, a double overtime win. And here's how it sounded on the TV broadcast.
Must stop OKC. Castle. Lobbing. Wembanyama! He's unbelievable, folks. He's unbelievable.
Certainly is. 41 points, 24 rebounds in the 122-115 double OT win over the Thunder.
By the way, I know he's going to get majority of the love as he should.
Yes, he should.
But what Castle and Harper did yesterday, with De'Aaron Fox getting hurt, or not playing yesterday, that was big for. They took Game 1 on the road in Oklahoma City. The craziest thing for Wemby yesterday, we would have lost. The moments in sports where you're saying, don't. All right, good shot.
Yes.
Don't. All right, good play, brother. Great play. With 20 seconds left in the game, they're down 3, and he pulls up from the logo, not shot clock expiring, dribble past the logo, pull up, back, horrific shot selection.
The only 3 he hit in the game.
Horrific.
And it was on any other time you'd go, that was not smart.
It's smart if it goes in.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
What else we got?
Victor Wembanyama could probably translate this next one. I'll just ask you guys, parlez-vous français?
On entre avec New York, Evans vers le filet. Le tir. Victoire des Canadiens! Alex Newhook propulse le CH!
That's clearly Montreal won Game 7. They're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. They beat the Sabres, and they're going to try to take down the Canes. Is that what he said?
Alex Newhook also in there who scored the game winner for them. Yes, that was how it sounded on TVA Sports. I mean, if Montreal wins, you got to go with the French version for the French Canadians up there. But they move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Sucks for Buffalo. And
it does. I will root like hell against them, too. Go Carolina.
People are blaming Josh Allen because he hit the drum for the Sabres.
So it's Josh Allen.
Oh, boy.
They're saying, is he to blame at all? Possibly.
Could be.
You know how I feel about him. But it sucks for Buffalo. They had a great run. And similar to the Flyers, I think they can hold their head high for that one. One other thing. We got to pat ourselves on the back here a little bit, boys.
Are we allowed to do that?
We absolutely are. Because this show...
We will on June 1st, but go ahead.
This show clearly has influence. Did you see the Phillies minor league news from yesterday?
Yeah, Otto Kemp's back in the big leagues.
Not that one.
Oh, there's
No, what?
Wait, is there better news?
It's kind of far away
Is
from
it
hearing
happy?
about the Phillies. Yeah, it's good news.
Good.
Gage
Can
Wood.
they actually make an impact?
Wait.
Gage Wood, who we talked
Oh,
about on
yes.
yesterday's show,
Yes.
immediately after that, promoted up to Double-A Reading. So
Dave
the Phillies
Dombrowski
are
says they got a good show. They got a good show.
The Phillies saying by 2030 we should see Gage Wood here.
Double-A, that's a big leap,
Maybe
man.
Maybe Dave Dombrowski will get him up here by 2030.
We talked about it yesterday. Could he be a September call-up bullpen arm for the playoffs and then eventually obviously become a starter in this rotation, which is what they drafted him for? If he's pumping 96, 97 like he is, and his curveball is as nasty as it looks to be, that goes a long way.
He's my child's age.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, he's not a kid. I mean, he's 22.
You still have to have sustainable development for these guys, regardless
then
of
you
age.
see
He's got to
guys
be
like-
ready.
but
There's a
then you see
22-year-old
guys-
should be ready to pitch in the major leagues.
Then you see guys like Treya Savage, last year local kid, that gets called up.
in the World Series,
and
Game
he's-
7.
Right.
Like, I mean, come on, 22 years old.
Yes, and we're in May. So let's get there when we get there. He got promoted yesterday. I don't think he's getting called up to the majors today, but it's a step in the right direction for
Connor,
Gage
when
Wood.
I was calling for the firing of Rob Thompson and saying they had to get rid of him, you kept saying, it's way early. They don't need to do this. It's way too early. They should have done it even earlier. Like it shows. They should have done it even earlier. You can't do the it may stuff when you know answers. This kid, he's not a kid.
You don't know
But
answers on Gage Wood.
I will say this.
No, but you don't.
Hold on.
But there's other organizations that would already have him have opportunity.
I will say this. The benefit of taking your time with Gage Wood, what do we always say about baseball? It's about the book, right? Once there's a book out on somebody, then you find out just how good are they, right? Once the book's out.
Sure.
If Gage Wood is a late call-up, especially if, like, let's say Aaron Nola is unpitchable, which that might be
Would
the
you
case.
rather take your chance with Gage Wood or Aaron Nola?
Aaron Nola right now.
You're out of your mind.
In May, I'm sticking with Nola. In September,
we'll get there.
I'm not going to the playoffs with Aaron Nola.
Other organizations would have Gage Wood already throwing in the major league.
That doesn't make it right. It just means the Phillies have a different perspective.
It means
we'll see
the
if it
Phillies
works out.
have the, oh my gosh, it is the sloth.
Wouldn't
approach.
Magic Mattingly call him up if he was any good?
That's right.
No, he doesn't make those calls.
Oh, you're
the
right. His
manager
son does.
The manager. No, he does not. Dave Dombrowski does.
Let's see how Gage
His
Wood.
son does not.
All right, let's see how Gage Wood pitches in Double-A before we start talking about September call-ups.
Untradeable, I've heard.
Oh my gosh.
Him and Mick
Oh,
Abel.
Ridiculous.
Amy Fadul in studio. Can't wait to welcome in Amy. Get her thoughts on the prove-it year for Jalen Hurts, but also she has to hear what John Kincade said about the 2026-2027 Eagles. One of her coworkers would disagree.
Uh-oh.
Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phil, stay hot. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Phillies won again last night. Their fifth straight victory. This one a come-from-behind win over the Reds. 5-4 the final, and Bryson Stott's 2-out, 2-run homer in the eighth made the difference in the game. Andrew Painter also delivered a quality start after going 6 full and only allowing 2 runs on 3 hits. He talked after the game about confidence growing, not just for himself, but for the club in general.
You know, we all believe in everyone in that dugout, everyone in the clubhouse. So I think there's confidence with everyone that comes up to the plate, everyone that comes, that toes that rubber. So the confidence continues to grow.
And does the winning streak as well? Well, we'll see tonight if they can make it 6 straight in Game 2 against Cincinnati. 6:40 p.m. first pitch. Jesus Luzardo gets the ball facing off against Chase Burns. We have exactly 1 week until the Eagles begin their OTAs. They'll get that going on the 26th. That's this coming Tuesday. It's also 2 weeks until we hit June 2nd, which is the start of the window for a potential post-June 1st trade of wide receiver A.J. Brown. A lot that the Eagles are going to be getting into the next couple of weeks. And around the playoffs, the Spurs took down the Thunder in double overtime in the NBA's Western Conference Finals Game 1. The Canadiens beat the Sabres 3-2 in overtime to advance to the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals. This update is brought to you by Cirque du Soleil Lucia. Discover Lucia by Cirque du Soleil, a visually stunning world of light, rain, and imagination. Get your Cirque du Soleil Lucia tickets on the Fever app or CirqueDuSoleil.com. Amy Fadul joins us next. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic, and the
Now back to Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
It is 8 a.m. on this Tuesday morning here on Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic, and it's a Tuesday with Amy. Amy Fadul in studio with us. Amy, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
We were having more fun during the break with Harry Callis names.
Yes.
I don't know how we missed Ricky Bottalico, considering he'll be on at 2 o'clock.
No, it's fine because he
This
texted
afternoon.
me and he promoted Rico Bronya, so that was his favorite name. So if
Rico
he's choosing
Brony,
someone
Rico
else.
Brony's
Yeah.
great.
You just had one, though.
But Ricky Bo
you just say?
Yeah,
you need lots of extra syllables.
is great because he was the name Ricky Bo became in this market. It was probably in Connecticut. It was probably already known, but in Philadelphia, Ricky Bo became Ricky Bo because of Harry Callis.
Sure. Yeah. Ricky Bo, there was Ricky Bo jerseys all over Connecticut before he came to Philadelphia.
Big time beer league.
Trevor Rice chimes in with Desi Relaford, which is a great name. Amy and John did not remember in 2018 his out of nowhere trashing of Philadelphia.
Yeah, you just read it to
I
us.
don't remember that
this
at
is
all.
He was randomly
Not a
interviewed.
great look.
Like the most random interview. Like who wants to talk to Desi Relaford? Like
Yeah, why were they talking to
I
Desi
don't
Relaford?
know. Like why did Desi? You know what? You know, what'd be a good interview for whatever.
I got it.
Desi Relaford.
You know who I found? People are like, why? Why did you find it?
This is what he had to say about Philadelphia fans. The fans, they were trash. I have some really good friends there, but his fans, oh, yeah, they're the worst. It wasn't just me. It's just well known. Not only are they hard, but they're just irrational. They boo just to boo.
That's ridiculous.
I saw them boo Billy Wagner one night because he didn't throw 100 miles per hour. He threw 100 a few pitches in a row. They're all excited. He threw 98, and they booed the bleep out of him. That's a joke, dude. Like,
Yeah.
nobody
It's kinda
was
like-
actually angry at
that he didn't hit 100
you idiot.
again. It's kind of like, oh, it's the opposite of a Bronx cheer.
So is he right about Philadelphia fans, though, especially those who are calling Jalen Hurts his year prove it year? 610-632-0975. Amy, that's what we've been discussing this morning.
Yeah, I loved the list of who also did not apparently have a prove it year. There was some strong names
Yeah,
that have a lot of high confidence for no reason.
So honestly, I am okay with the strategy of it. The Eagles clearly want to do this style of offense. The Sean Mannion, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan. Is Jalen Hurts the guy that can help this offense go to the next level? The passing numbers have not been good the last 2 years. Like these are facts. But what also is a fact is that he's won every year that he's been a starting quarterback in the NFL. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won a Super Bowl. He outplayed Mahomes in the one that he lost. Like there are a lot of good things about the resume of Jalen Hurts. Where when we talk about prove it year, even though I'm for the strategy, what about those other 20 quarterbacks we talked about? You want to talk about prove it years?
Dak Prescott, prove it year. Walked onto the field. Prove it. There's a lot. There was some wild ones in there. But I think that the way, if you want to look at it as a prove it year, I think the way the Eagles went all in, you look at the coaches that they hired, they're all like former quarterbacks, quarterback coaches, former OCs. These are all guys designed to buy all in and go all in on the quarterback and try to turn things around in a positive way. And objectively, if you look at the last 5 years of Jalen Hurts' numbers, 5 years as a starter, last year is not like a complete anomaly. Like the rushing touchdowns were down. I think they were doing something different. But as far as like still 3,000 yards, still a really good touchdown to interception ratio. The worst one was 2023 when he had all those INTs. It was like 15 or something.
Yeah.
What it was. I can't remember. But when you look at his year by year, like people from the outside, if you just looked at his stat line, they wouldn't be like, oh my God, you guys are in real trouble with that quarter.
Correct.
But here in Philadelphia, the proof is in the pudding and in the results and what we see, like the eye test, so to speak. So I just looked at the way that the Eagles hired everybody around Sean Mannion and Sean Mannion's hires that he has made, and Parks and all these guys. These are all former quarterbacks and quarterback coaches and OCs. It's not like they're trying to tinker with anything. They're all quarterback guys. They're all guys designed to help one player and one player alone. And so for it to be a prove it year, I think that maybe seems strong, but really the way when I'm looking at the Eagles, the way they hired, they're going all in on their guy too. These are all quarterback guys.
Right.
Every coach is a quarterback coach.
And that's what's amazing because, like John's point
Not a passing
is,
coordinator.
John at one point called people lunatics that are calling a prove it year, right?
I think it's disrespectful.
Disrespectful is one of the
prove
words
it
we're
year.
using.
Yeah,
For to say you want more out of Jalen Hurts this year is
Right.
completely understandable. To
Yeah.
say prove it year is what you say for some schmo that never has accomplished anything. He's accomplished a ton.
Right.
You could use 3/4 of the quarterbacks in the NFL. I
They
could
would
say
kill for
proven
his
year
resume.
Exactly.
Now,
kill
I
for his
wonder if and now all of a sudden we're using a lot of words, but prove it year for what the Eagles want.
Now, I think that's maybe a little bit more on the button.
Because, he's proven that he can win in the National Football League.
Right.
He won the Super Bowl. So, yes, he can
And let's face it, in the year
What
that
do
they
they
didn't
want?
win the Super Bowl, he was the best quarterback on the field.
Yes,
There's
he
no
was.
one that doubts that. If they had
Yes.
won that game, he would have been the MVP.
Yeah.
He's had 2 MVP caliber seasons under the Eagles. Legit, he is a contender. There's probably no doubt about it. There's one year I think he was in the running, but they really faltered down the stretch. You're like, I don't know if that's a legit MVP.
That's the year he got hurt at Chicago where he hurt his shoulder.
Right. So
They went to the Super Bowl, but he was leading the MVP odds in December.
In December, exactly.
Before he got hit.
I think a prove it year seems a little strong for what Jalen Hurts has done because he's accomplished a lot here. He has won the Super Bowl. He's gotten them to the Super Bowl. He's had tremendous seasons. But as an overall effect on what you expect the Eagles to do with that roster, it's a little bit of a prove me wrong that the offense can score more than 17 points. Prove that wrong.
Well, and
that's
so,
what I think the prove it is.
And so that's why I'm okay with the strategy. All right, because I was saying this earlier, and John, when it comes to economics, you're like one of the first people I would turn to
Yes.
ask questions about
I love economics. Yes, I love that.
John's not wrong in saying if you pay him now, you get ahead of that next big boom.
Yeah.
We know every year the quarterback money just goes up and up and up. So the quicker you pay him, the less you're going to eventually have to pay him. But at the same time, to your point, Amy, the offense has kind of sucked. It sucked last year, all year.
No, last year the offense did suck.
It sucked all season long. And the year they won the Super Bowl, we do a lot of revisionist history when it comes to sports. They ran the ball from week 6 until week 18. They said, we are, except for the one Pittsburgh game, they said our best way of winning is by running the football. And, oh, by the way, the defense was so freaking good that they were never really playing from behind. Right? If the Eagles,
exactly.
If the Eagles scored first in 2024, they won the football game because their defense was that good. So when's the last time we saw Jalen Hurts operate a great passing attack? 22?
Beginning of 23?
Yeah, when they were 10-1. So
there was some, the Bills game was a very good game.
Right.
But I mean, there was that was more like a spotty here and there.
And I'm saying consistent.
2022 probably.
I will never say that Jalen Hurts can't win you a football game throwing the football. I saw it in 2 of the biggest games ever, the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl.
Correct.
But can Jalen Hurts throw you to that point all season long? It's been a long time since that's happened. 2022, he threw the ball very well. The connection that he had with A.J. Brown
was
unstoppable.
And the highest completion percentage, by the way, passing rating in the center of the field.
Yeah, he was really good.
He didn't throw it as much, so there is some, that wasn't. But when he did, highly successful doing it.
But that was
one of those things.
4 years ago.
I understand, but that's one of those things where Connor we were talking about Oklahoma earlier. I say, I've already seen Jalen Hurts do that. I know he can do that. I've already seen Jalen Hurts what he did at Oklahoma. I know he can do that. Just like that year, that passing year, I've seen him be able to have a high completion percentage in the middle of the field. I know he can do it. It's just a matter of them implementing it and him doing it.
But there's another part to this conversation. Can he do it with less? Because as we progress through this, and if he gets another contract that ups his money, because quarterback value is not going down.
And that is the truth.
He's going to have to do it with less.
Hey, by the way, he's doing it with less this year.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown will not be here. Breaking news, Saturday. A.J. Brown will not be a Philadelphia Eagle. Now, is that
Wait a
why
minute. You made that up. The media's made that all up. A.J. wants to be here. He's never said anything.
Is that why they drafted Mekhi Lemon? That could be a tinfoil cap theory.
I don't think you need foil for that one.
That's just reality.
No, but what I'm saying is the organization saying we need these guys around Jalen Hurts? We talked about Josh Allen earlier today. All right, Josh Allen hasn't won squat, but Josh Allen doesn't have to have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. We've seen him do it without those guys. We have never really seen Jalen Hurts do it without both Smith and A.J. Brown. He did it for 1 year, and they weren't that good. That was his first year as a starting quarterback in the NFL. They were 2-5. They turned to the ground, 2-7. They turn to the ground game, and they get to the playoffs. So Is that why they drafted Lemon? Do they think that he needs all that talent around him? I don't know. That's the Eagles.
Could be.
That's the Eagles.
No, it could be. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's possible. Why wouldn't you try to set him up with as much as you can?
Oh,
if
I'm
you have
happy
the
that they
ability.
do it.
Yeah. But I would think
Don't-
that is the spelling out there. That's what the writing on the wall is.
Okay,
to
do you
me.
not think that every quarterback, though, that every GM's trying to do the
Dak Prescott loved it last year. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens.
That
he
was
loved
actually,
it.
yeah. I mean, that was as soon as you saw when George Pickens went there, I'm like, that's a really good tandem for them because he fits perfectly
Problem
in their
is,
offense.
the Eagles have a defense those teams don't.
Correct.
The
But don't you think
Cincinnati Bengals, they have
Absolutely
no
no
defense.
defense.
Jamar
Don't you
Chase,
think
T. Higgins,
everyone's
no defense.
trying to do that, though? Every GM's trying to set up their quarterback with more talent around them. And
Yeah, look at
everything
Matt
like that.
Stafford. Matt Stafford has everybody.
Matt Stafford has constantly been. And by the way, they called about A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
For Matt Stafford.
Well, because I think they were worried about Mr. Nakua and
They
some
should
of
be.
the off-field stuff.
He's
going
biting
on.
women and going to
Yeah.
rehab and stuff like that.
Hopefully,
That's the problem.
hopefully that gets figured out. All right.
No, I hope it gets figured out next February. Next
Yeah,
March.
Good point.
Figured out
Well,
next March. Yes, next
personally,
March.
I hope he's
Personally,
all
for the
right.
human, I
No,
think he
figured
figures
out
it
next March.
before.
Yes, get the help he needs. Next March, I hope
Or
it's
10
all
months from
worked
now.
out. Yes,
Hey,
exactly.
Cook, I want you to keep on having a lot of issues for the sake
Yes,
of the Eagles.
next March. No, get it all
Football
figured
season.
out. Get it
Just
figured out.
Take it off.
You guys are so much more compassionate. Next March, I hope he is a changed individual.
All
I
right.
want another Super Bowl.
Amy, one of your coworkers at NBC Sports Philadelphia,
Yes,
the
sir.
great Reuben Frank, may not be in agreement with John Kincade.
Well, he usually isn't because he doesn't like me, but I love his work, so I have no idea why.
So Rube put together his observations of the Eagles' schedule. And the title of the article is "The NFL Schedule Makers Did It to the Eagles Again," about some of the unfair nature of the Eagles' schedule. I'll just read the first blurb because there's a bunch of stats and all kinds of stuff, but this is what he had to write. The NFL schedule makers never seem to do the Eagles any favors, and this year's schedule is really just ridiculous. Giving the Eagles 4 games, including 3 in a 4-game stretch against teams coming off of byes, is just simply unfair. I know it's hard making a schedule, and there are a lot of factors that go into it, but this is just plain wrong, especially coming back from London and facing a Panthers team and a Week 6 team coming off the bye. Now, you mentioned that the Eagles had the opportunity, or you
Yeah, the Eagles,
heard?
no. That, by the way, that is confirmed.
Okay.
A couple of people did confirm it. The Eagles did pass on they could have had the bye after London. They did chose to have it not.
He said not to mention games on Christmas Eve and Thanksgiving Day. Come on, NFL. This is not fair or equitable. I don't think the NFL is purposefully making things difficult for the Eagles, but it sure comes across that way year after year. The NFL always seems to make life as challenging as possible for the Eagles, and they keep winning anyway. John Kincade is extremely confident, Amy. Did you hear where he believes the Eagles will end up at least?
12-5 is
Well,
the record.
yeah.
That's what I heard.
All the way, though, is you have plans, by the way. Don't make plans for – so if there's kids' sports, it's basketball season stuff, you have plans January 31st for NFC title game weekend.
Yeah, I like that you would think that some Philadelphia sports league would have something planned to opposite an NFC championship or Super Bowl.
That's a good point.
I love it. We're smart around here. There's no youth sports that are going on.
That's a good
So
point.
they wouldn't?
No.
But they screw you over on Mother's Day. So why would
That's
I
not
not
a national holiday? That's not the NFC championship.
why would I not
Come on.
championship game?
Come
Why would I
on.
not assume
Come
that?
on.
Birds here.
I mean,
What are we
come on,
talking
man.
about? I have yet to go to a sporting event for my children on an Eagles
That's
game
okay.
day.
Okay,
what
good.
do you think of John already? Once again, now he did this 2 years ago, and they won the Super Bowl.
And I got dragged all summer, season long for
We
beginning of the
appreciate
season,
that content during the
and
summer.
then it went in.
Now I will say I was on the front line with John 2 years ago. Not there.
I know.
Well, you were on the front line to a point.
I'm wearing the.
You were
meat-
not. You were not
so
with
John,
me though to the
you've got
NFC
them
title
in
game.
the NFC championship
They are
game.
in that game that day.
But you do not know if they are winning that game.
I do not.
But he's gotten
Copy
them that far already.
They're a Final Four team this year.
I don't have that confidence. I have playoffs and division.
I have confidence in this team. The NFC as a whole is pretty tough. I don't know if I'm there yet.
Okay, Andrew.
Talk to me in June. I'll convince
where
myself
you,
of it.
Tell her where you went to.
I went at least divisional round. Like
Yeah.
they will make it to the playoffs, and it will not be like last year where they lose in the first round. So they could either get the 1 seed, which I don't think is going to happen, or they win their wild card round match.
Connor, tell her where you went to.
They'll make the playoffs. That's
Did not
far
go any
wow.
further.
I'm definitely above make the playoffs.
But you're not where I'm at.
I'm not quite there
So
yet.
you're
so
an
I'm riding with
it's
Andrew
like
right
the
now.
Three Little Bears.
By the way,
But I can.
We had the
I
least
can-
amount of votes on our poll that day.
Really?
Yeah. It was like split between those
Either
two.
like barely making the playoffs, or we're going. That's it,
So
baby.
that's
Give us
how
a
I
chip.
know. That's how I know we were the
Isn't that
most
crazy?
logical one.
Isn't that crazy? Like it was, but it was.
That
it was
is
strange.
That's a crazy split, though.
Yeah, really
I
crazy
don't know.
split.
By the end of the summer, I might be in the driver's seat
it was
over
like
there.
40-40-20. Like we were just like
Where they're like, no,
Isn't that weird? Like it was.
we're either in or we're not.
Yeah.
I was shocked at the way that split out.
I was too.
I was shocked because I did not expect that.
Interesting.
That was really interesting.
I'll have to
So
think on it.
just something to
I'm
look for.
gonna deep dive it again. You know who I'm gonna look at the schedules. I'm gonna look at the Sharp football one. I like that. I love
He
that.
does a good job.
See,
Love that.
Warren Sharp's got
Yeah,
you
love
now.
that stuff.
See, there you
He
go.
does a
Locked
good
in.
job. All right, Connor, what's the poll looking like? Poll of the day brought to us by Dr. Avedon Appel and Iron Mountain Men's Health. It's strong all 4 hours in the morning for us here on Kincade Salciunas. We appreciate Dr. Avedon Appel for that.
Yes, the poll is still up. Our question today is calling the upcoming season a prove-it year for Jalen Hurts disrespectful. 73% of responders are saying yes, 27% saying no.
And that's fair. Now, I just wonder, because I read some of the replies, you guys, screw you guys. The Eagles are the ones doing it. The Eagles are the ones that have not paid him. The Eagles are the ones that reportedly have not even began the conversation.
There's no conversations. Yeah.
So it's the Eagles that are quietly setting this up. Hey, man, we have a new offensive coordinator. Passing numbers have been down the
And by
last
the way,
2
I
years.
understand. I understand the Eagles' philosophy
It's
on
just
this.
you wouldn't
as far
do
as,
it.
I wouldn't do it. I would not. But I understand it, and I don't think it's like outlandish. But
You also
again,
look at it from an economic standpoint.
Yeah, I do. I look too much. I always think money, numbers. It's just my game.
And the way I look at it, Amy, he's going to get paid a lot of money this year or next year. You know what I
Correct.
mean? Like if they rework
gonna-
the deal right
yeah.
now, he'd be one of the top 3 paid quarterbacks in the NFL. If they rework the deal next year, he's going to be one
All
of the
right,
top 3
here's what I'm
quarterbacks in
going
the
to
NFL.
tell you. Then prepare for this. I don't think if you have to pay Jalen the year after, I think it's going to be really hard to have Carter and Cooper and Quinion. You're going to be crippled. This team's going to be crippled elsewhere, big time. If you're telling me you're getting Carter, Quinion, and Cooper DeJean signed, and we're waiting a year on Jalen Hurts, this team is going to be crippled elsewhere.
So just for context, he's getting 51 per right now.
He's going to get like 60
And
something.
that was a steal at
Well,
the time.
That
Remember
was
they
a
made
steal
that deal?
because they did it early, and
yeah,
it was a
just
steal.
like they did Devontae. And
So
AJ.
nobody has – Dak's the only 60 guy, and I still can't believe they gave him all that money.
Well, it's because they did it.
Well, they
because
waited too late.
They waited too
Right.
late.
They didn't know their
to.
option. That's how.
But so here are your quarter. It's 60 for Dak, which is stupid. Burrow, Allen, Love, Lawrence, all with 55. When did they get their extensions?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Goff is 53. Purdy just got one at 53.
That's wild.
Herbert 52.5. Lamar
Also
52.
wild.
Hurts 51.
I'm telling you.
Is Jalen surpassing 60, or is he going to be
Easily.
57.5?
Easily. No, he's going to get 60.
I think it'll be just under 60.
I think it'll be under 60.
Well, when are you getting it?
Whether it's this year or next
If
year.
it's this year, he's under 60.
I think next year.
It's
I
it's
think
under
even
60.
next year.
Oh, I don't.
I think people look at some of those numbers and think,
Because remember, the cap's going up.
right.
So there's no way he's going to be under 60. If you wait a year, he's not going to be under 60.
I think a lot of other positions demand a lot more money than they did maybe a couple years ago. Like running back, even 5 years ago, was I don't want to say a throwaway number,
Right, but some
it
guys
was
are
not,
starting to get paid again.
exactly
Because it's once again a valuable
correct.
position.
So you're seeing some of the other numbers climb up. Obviously, we always have known edge, but edge has really gone through the roof. Linebacker has come up a lot more. When you look at how I look at it is I look at what the tags are, because the tags are always, if you get tagged as a player, it's the average salary of the top 5 or whatever it is.
That's why the Eagles never do it, because they're
Exactly.
smart to never do it.
So you can really get hamstrung by that. But that gives you a good sense of where those positions are valued and how they're valued across the league. If you look at it, they're all up significantly. Positions that hadn't been up: running back, linebacker, cornerback.
Yeah.
So that's that's not just an Eagles thing. That's across the league. So if there's another team out there that wants to pay Jalen Hurts $60 million, you'd have to look at the rest of their salary. Just to your point, John, about paying Jalen Carter and Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Inner X team here.
Jalex Hunt.
They're going to have to pay their guys all of those things too. So do other teams have the same level of talent? No,
I don't think they do.
Yeah. You never know because Jalen Phillips got a lot of money. So
yes,
people get money.
He got paid.
This is wild.
Big time.
Think about that number.
It is an
Think about that number. Talk about how much the edge gets now. Think about that number. Jalen Phillips is a great player, but 30 plus mil.
Oh, that's way too. I didn't even want to do it. I love Jalen Phillips. All right, coming up next. For those of you who are complaining about the Eagles' schedule, Reuben Frank clearly not happy with what the NFL did to the Eagles. Let me be the first to tell you it could be worse. And maybe we're telling A.J. Brown this, too. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies take game one. I'm Connor Thomas. The Phillies won again last night, taking game one over the Reds in comeback fashion, 5-4. The final. Bryce's Stott's 2-out, 2-run homer in the 8th inning made the difference in the game. Here's how it sounded on NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Fly ball right field. Back is Steer. Back toward the wall. It is gone! 2-run home run for Bryson Stott.
Great call by Tom McCarthy there. Andrew Painter, great start by him. Quality start, some would say, after going 6 innings full, only allowing 2 runs on 3 hits. The Phils will look to make it 6 straight wins tonight in Game 2 against Cincinnati. 6:40 p.m. first pitch. Jesus Luzardo will face off against Chase Burns in that one. We have exactly 1 week until the Eagles begin their OTAs. They're going to get that going on the 26th, which is next Tuesday. It's also 2 weeks until June 2nd, which would be the start of the window for a potential post-June 1st trade of wide receiver A.J. Brown, something we'll keep an eye on as we get closer to that date. Around the playoffs, the Spurs took down the Oklahoma City Thunder in double overtime in the Western Conference Finals Game 1 in the NBA. And in the NHL, the Canadiens beat the Sabres 3-2 in OT in Game 7 to advance to the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals. Amy Fadul remains with us for the remainder of the show. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
see their wonderful faces, check out youtube.com/975 The Fanatic Philadelphia. More of Kincade and Salciunas coming your way now.
All right, it is 8:30 here on Kincade and Salciunas 97.5 The Fanatic, talking about Jalen Hurts and the quiet prove-it year that the Eagles are setting up. Do you agree with the strategy by the Eagles? We'll check the Davis Honda text line in a moment at 610-632-0975. It is a Tuesday with Amy. And Amy, in a few minutes, we'll talk about the latest out-of-nowhere reporting about A.J. Brown that does not involve the New England Patriots. I guess they're kind of involved because they're associated to everything A.J. Brown related, but there's apparently new teams in the mix. Now, I wonder if part of the new teams are because A.J. Brown looked at the schedule that the Patriots have this year to start the season. So we are talking about the Eagles' schedule, or not we currently, but Reuben Frank wrote the article about how the NFL didn't do them any favors. What was the biggest thing about the Patriots last year?
Easy schedule.
Easy schedule.
And they had a tremendously easy schedule.
Yes, they did. Their first 4 weeks that they have, is this punishment for Vrabel Rossini? 610-632-0975. Super Bowl rematch on the road in Seattle.
Where they were uncompetitive in the Super Bowl.
At home, week 2 against the Steelers. That should be a win because I don't believe in Aaron Rodgers. Then they got the Jags on the road and then Buffalo on the road. That's 4 tough. Even the Steelers are a tough opponent. Rodgers, I don't fear, but the rest of that team is actually pretty good.
Right, defensively.
It's why the Steelers are in purgatory because they win just enough. That's a rough start to a season for any team, especially where there's a lot of talk about just how real they are. Playing those first 4 games in New England, who knows where they're at? They could be 1-3 to start the season.
Could be.
There's a lot going on right now with the head coach.
Couldn't happen to nicer people.
We'll see how that plays out. So, Amy, out of nowhere, Jason La Canfora is going, yeah, by the way, Jacksonville, don't count them out.
Right.
Like out of nowhere. And who did you mention earlier, Johnny?
The mystery team.
There's mystery.
Now,
yes,
that
mystery.
the NFL
Mystery
Live saying
team.
yesterday, there is a mystery team, and they're an AFC
I love
team.
the mystery teams.
And I wonder if it's Howie.
Could be. Just saying mystery team.
Mystery. Ooh.
That saying that he
Spooky.
wants Jacksonville here and that there's another team and he wants New England.
Well,
I would love nothing more though, Amy, to see that he goes anywhere but New England.
Jacksonville makes sense if they want to really kind of go all in, so to speak, what we were talking, kind of alluding what we were earlier, and prove that that was not a fluky. Like Liam Cohen, tremendous offensive mind. We know that. You knew that going in. And maybe he's finally the one that unlocked Trevor Lawrence as far as a full season.
They also have the Travis Hunter situation where he's going to be focusing mainly cornerback this year. And
just on defense.
It's like, oh, wait.
So now
we
you have
need a wide receiver.
You need somebody pretty dynamic out there catching the ball. If we would like to really see if this is not a one-off with Trevor Lawrence.
Prove it year.
Yeah, another prove it year. Or not, who knows,
sunshine.
depending on who you say. So it'll be interesting to see because that would actually make a little sense to me for Jacksonville.
I would love
mystery team though.
I want to see it though.
Make it be the Colts.
Just run up the price, but I would love
Colts
to see
just
him
paid
go.
Alec Pierce stupid amount
that's
of
what
money.
I just want
I want
I still
AJ
can't
going
believe here, just
anywhere but New England.
because you think that he would be successful there. Or
No, I just want him to be.
that's
screwed.
where he wants to go.
I
want
wonder
him to be
I
screwed
wonder if
because of
one
what
of the
he
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
you want him.
I
You
want
want him to go
screwed up.
somewhere where he's not.
Where he's more
happy.
more unhappy.
I wonder if one of the maybe if there is a mystery team. I still look at the Chargers as a team. They popped up randomly this offseason. They have Ladd McConkey, who I know they really like. He's a talented guy. And then Quentin Johnston, who had horrific dropsies 2 years ago. Not last year, but 2 years ago. And then they just have a bunch of guys. Like,
Their quarterback's just a guy for me.
yeah. Do they want to prove
People
it?
love that guy.
They love him.
There's a lot of people that love him.
He's a prototype, the measurables, the arm strength, but he doesn't win, and he literally pees himself. Any big game, he pees himself.
Well, maybe he'll prove it.
Even the game when Hurts threw 4 interceptions, they what was it, 22-19?
Yeah.
Like that was like
They're there for the taking, guy. They're literally serving it up to you on a platter, and he's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Justin Herbert doesn't stink, but Justin Herbert doesn't win all that much.
Just a guy. Jag. Just a guy. Coach Lynham says that. Jag. Just a guy.
Oh my God.
Speaking of, quick aside, I get a text message last night at like 10:43.
Coach is up
Coach
watching.
is locked into the game.
Oh, I
baby.
guarantee it.
Locked in.
What, by the way, is that's the NBA Finals? Can we all agree?
I mean, it's going to be I knew it would be a good series. I don't think that. I thought game one would be a double overtime thriller for Victor Wembanyama's hitting 28-foot shots to tie the game.
If the Knicks win in 5,
but that's the NBA.
I'm sorry, 11:07, Coach.
Oh,
wow,
that's great.
what a game!
If that series goes deep and the Knicks win in 5, maybe the fresh legs thing helps.
Yeah, I wouldn't count the Knicks out. They're playing really good basketball right now.
Well, they haven't played in a month.
That's true.
I don't know how they would match.
That's what happens when you sweep.
They would match up with either the Thunder or the Spurs. I don't know how they
would not beat.
match up.
There's no way that the Knicks are beating one of those teams 4 times.
No, I don't think so either. But I don't think it would be a gentleman's sweep or Thunder in 5 or Spurs. If this series goes deep, I think the Knicks handle the Cavs pretty well. I don't really believe Cleveland's going to do all that much in this series.
I like Cleveland's front court.
Yeah,
That's about it. I like Evan Mobley and
like you said,
Jared
John.
Allen.
The Western Conference Finals will be the
NBA
series.
Finals.
Will be the series.
And if last night's anything,
what a game.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Shawnee's like coming to me because their kids are off school today, election day, and in service or something like that. Guys, stay up. I was like, buddy, it's 10 after
too late to stay
It's
up.
10 after 11.
Yeah, at some point,
you need to sleep
you
at
gotta
some
go to
point.
bed, buddy.
It was like 10:55. It's going to overtime. I'm like, you're not staying up for overtime.
Coach Liner would
Away.
start texting him instead.
Exactly, Coach. Let me keep you up to date here, kid.
All right, what do we got on the Davis Honda text line? Feel the Davis difference. Check them out in Burlington.
This texter says they're 48 years old and disagrees with John's premise on the take here
Is that
for Jalen Hurts.
X? Is that Gen X?
He's Gen X.
All right.
He says, I couldn't disagree with you more. Jalen has had one elite year, 2022, and since he's trended backwards, so I need a quarterback that can throw in tight windows, throw people open, and throw all over the field, including the middle of the field. Hurts has been picked up by the talent around him.
Okay, so he has to tell me then, so at the end of this year, he's willing to say, I am going to go into the quarterback claw machine, try to find the only big name for free agent quarterback is going to be Baker Mayfield, or draft somebody. And that person's going to tell me that with the Eagles set up like they are, with this young defense, with everything all set up, that they're better off just starting over a quarterback. That's freaking nuts.
Hey, Kyler Murray will be available.
That's nuts.
Matthew Stafford at 47,000 years old will be available.
We said Rodgers earlier. Don't forget Rodgers.
Yeah, Rodgers.
Speaking of old.
Rodgers would be available.
Russ Wilson's still out there somewhere, probably.
Stop.
It's so dumb.
Hey, we're just saying names.
It's such a dumb. It's such
Ben
a dumb strategy.
out there somewhere.
Eli,
what are we doing?
Eli Stowers, former quarterback.
Just like naming humans.
Maybe
Diego Pavia.
Yeah. By the way,
Stop it.
What are the Ravens doing?
It's a flyer. I don't know.
Yeah, but then they gave him a contract.
Yes, that's what I.
What's that contract look like?
See, that's what I don't really understand.
Is that a real contract, or
Yeah,
is
but
it
at
like
first
we can
it was-
cut you? And
At first, it was let's bring him in. Now it's there you go.
is it a real contract?
Probably not. They could probably get out of it.
I need to find.
No,
that
they
out.
did. They.
Is it a real one?
No, it's not one of those ones that they can't get out of.
Okay. I mean, this is.
But it's but it is. He's going to get some money if they do get rid of him.
For as long as. Listen, I'm not a big giant Ravens fan. I do not like them as a team, whatever. But I think it's a very well-run organization. I've experienced covering them. I think that they do a lot of things really well. It would surprise me if they gave him a legit contract.
He's averaging $1 million a year over the next 3 years.
Sure he is. And when they cut him, he's going to get $7.
Zero dead cap hit, according to.
So that lets you know
Spotrac.
that there's no guarantee. That's a hey.
Yeah, it's not.
We had some money laying around.
I'm not really believing in the Pavia level that much. All right, what else you got on the text line, Connor?
All right, we also have a check-in here from Bruce, who is 37, and says John is 100% correct on his take of Hurts. Period. End of conversation. Next topic.
Period.
Oh,
no wiggle room
Period.
there.
Can you analyze as to why? Or is it just period?
It's
end
just
of-
period.
End of discussion. Next topic.
No notes.
What don't you understand
We're
about
at a
period? End of topic.
Damn it, we're out of topics.
Middays with Marks comes to you right next.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like this, that's it. Like I guess that'll be it for the show today.
But for some people, it is as easy as just like open and shut. No, he's won a Super Bowl. He's gone to 2.
I mean, it just is. There's such a. But as I've said before, and we've talked about it, I believe anything that Jalen Hurts has accomplished here would have been accomplished by Donovan McNabb.
Yes.
And I don't think that is disrespectful. I do not think that is disrespectful to Jalen Hurts. And I don't think that is a diss on Jalen Hurts. That is how much respect I have for what Donovan McNabb accomplished with absolutely ham and eggers.
Yeah. I mean, Jalen Hurts, for the detractors, you're right. Jalen Hurts has had a lot to work with.
But, I mean,
a lot
yeah,
to work
there we
with.
go.
And so we'll see. Is
Yeah.
Mekhi Lemon
Name the
close to
top
A.J.
two wide
Brown?
receivers that.
I mean, James Thrash.
T.O. for a year.
Oh, what a year it was,
And
wasn't it?
what it was.
And they got
What a
to
year
the,
it was.
They got to the
Exactly.
Super Bowl.
I mean,
Wow,
unbelievable.
shocker.
Oddly enough, you give a guy one receiver and he goes all the way to the Super Bowl. Other than that,
Oh, God.
yeah.
Crazy.
I
What
love
about
that
Fred
everybody's
Epps?
first name is always James Thrash. Poor James Thrash. I swear, if you ask anybody, just think of the first receiver that Donovan McNabb had. James Thrash. Nine times out of 10, it's going to be the first name.
It should be Freddie Mitchell.
Yes.
Because if you look at that draft, you're going, oh, my God, how did you miss? I think Chad Johnson was in that draft. There was numerous wide receivers that went in that draft after Freddie Mitchell where that could have changed everything.
Could have changed everything. Correct.
Freddie Mitchell, 25th overall. Reggie Wayne went 5 picks later.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my.
Chad Johnson was
God.
early in the second round.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was, Chattanooga? Where'd he go?
Tennessee, Chattanooga,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Boy.
Chris Chambers, great NFL Street player.
Oh, yeah.
NFL Street Volume 1 with Ricky Williams on the front. For
Ricky
those of-
Williams.
For
Dolphins
those of
were
you who
nasty in
know,
that game.
Oh, absolutely, man. I was about to take. Jalen Hurts could have played well in that offense, too. That's a joke, guys. Kind of. All right, coming up next. Kind of. Coming up next, the one major issue with this Eagles schedule that we've talked about is the 4 opponents that are coming off of byes. Did you know that the NFL is doing a little crisis management tour with that?
Really?
I'll tell you what next. Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Inside the Birds. Salciunas, Philly Sports Talk, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
It is 8:47 here on Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, did the Eagles get handed a raw deal with the 4 opponents coming off of byes that the Eagles will have to face, 3 of them in a 4-game stretch? I say yes. Like, I believe that's not right.
Why do you believe, though, that they got, like, what are you
I don't think they
on?
did it to screw the Eagles.
No, but why do you believe do you believe it's a huge advantage?
I believe that any team coming off of a bye has an advantage. Just at any point, your body's fresher. Right now, look, if you're the 1-15 Raiders, not so much.
Okay.
But any team that is 500 or above has playoff expectations coming off a bye. I would imagine they're the favorite in most games because of the whole coming off of a bye thing.
Okay.
Do we agree, disagree?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You know. So
Would
I
they,
think
would they be the
close.
favorite in the game? Are they the favorite in the game, though, because of the extra rest or because of the bye? Or are they just favored in the game because they're the better team?
they could be the better team, but I'm sure the bye. Hell, I like the bye's.
I don't
advantage.
think any
Yes,
team
is
ever
the
gets
bye
favored
advantage,
because
yes
of a
or
bye.
no.
Yeah, but I don't think any team has ever gets favored because they go, oh, well, they're coming off a bye, so now make them the favorite.
I don't think you make them the favorite, but if all things are considered equal, wouldn't you give a little bit more deference?
Yeah,
to
it might move a point spread by a point. It might.
Yeah,
but I don't think it ever makes a team.
Do we
go
all
from-
agree that coming off of a bye, teams are in a better position?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
We all agree that.
Yes.
Plain
That
and
you're in.
simple.
You'd
Yeah.
how about,
You'd
would you
rather-
rather? Would
yeah.
you rather?
Yes.
Yes.
Would you
I'd
rather
rather be coming off
having
a bye
played
than not. Yes.
But
or
I
not
don't think the
played?
data is going to back you up, though.
Well, let's talk about it because that's what's being brought up. So
Correct.
the NFL, after the schedule was released, apparently had like this extremely long call with people that cover the league and teams involved and all, like, as explaining why the schedule broke the way that it did. It was a 100-minute long conference call with reporters. It happened this past Friday. So the schedule released Thursday night.
Sure.
Friday morning when we're doing the show, there's reporters talking to the NFL. And there's a guy by the name of Mike North. Is it the same Mike North that does radio in Chicago?
I don't know if it was Mike North, but he does still do stuff. So
All right,
yes.
Mike North is the NFL Vice President of Broadcast Planning. So he was the
No,
guy.
it's not him.
All right, so there's
That's
just
not
two
Mike
people.
North.
There's
Mike
just two
North
people
is retired.
All
No,
right.
Mike North is retired and does gambling stuff.
Okay, so there's two Mike Norths out there.
Yes, it's not Mike.
So Mike North, who is the Vice President of Broadcast Planning for the NFL, said that the league has shown that there is no extra advantage to having the week off.
And that is statistically, Warren Sharp would back it up. It has been proven.
So I have
It's wild to me. Though.
every team's historic record post-bye in front of me.
I know what Andy Reid's record is.
Now,
Yes.
I will say of 18 teams, now remember Houston came in pretty late in this. Of 18 teams, they had a plus 500 record post-bye.
Sure.
Then there's two teams that are exactly 500, Washington and Jacksonville. And then the rest of the slate have finished below 500. Now, the teams that have finished below 500, some of them are historically bad.
Uh-huh.
Just throwing that
And
out
some of the
there.
ones who are the teams that are above are historically
Or
good.
So
Right.
they benefit because they're probably good anyway.
Or they're just always good.
So I don't know. Like, I get it. Maybe I'm making too much of it. I don't think the NFL did it to screw over the Eagles. I think they did a schedule and then somebody said,
Oh,
wow.
Yeah,
That doesn't look right.
that's kind of strange.
Correct.
And but that sucks. Like, I think
It's just one of those things.
sucks.
Yeah,
I think we got iteration. I think they said we got iteration 118 or something of the schedule.
Yeah, I mean, there's the
Like they went,
algorithm
like-
that goes into these things
Yeah.
is very, very.
They didn't say let's screw the Eagles. They just said, "Oh
No.
boy," and then it comes out and they're like, "Oh
Well, also
God."
the Eagle. We're in a town where there's other stuff going on. The algorithm that it has, or the whatever, the computations that need to go in for an Eagle schedule is not going to be the same that goes in for Green Bay.
Right. They don't have as much competition for the stadium complex, things like that come into play.
Right. Now, last year, teams coming off of a bye actually finished under 500.
It's not. It's not.
13 and 15.
It is the most talked about thing that means nothing. It doesn't. You'd rather
Statistically, it
have
doesn't
it.
mean anything, but
you'd
yeah,
rather
you'd rather have it.
But history would tell you. Warren Sharp has a video on this.
I got you.
Where he goes, it's the most hyped thing that people talk about that doesn't.
Is it
mean anything.
overhyped though that 3 in 4 games in a 4-week stretch, 3 games teams are coming off of a bye?
Would you
I don't
rather
think
have
that's
it?
overhyped.
Would you rather have it?
Well, no, that's
you would rather
but
not face teams that are all rested facing you, but
3 in 4 games?
No, you
That
wouldn't want it.
sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's like every week you're having a team that just came off some rest. I would think that's
That
a little
sucks.
much.
They can
That
pack
sucks.
a punch a little bit more than the other teams
yeah, you
would.
wouldn't want that. No, you don't. You don't want that.
Yeah.
So we're on
Absolutely.
gauntlet watch for that stretch?
Gauntlet
No.
No, Gauntlet Watch is at the end. They legitimately do
Yeah.
have a
Do you
gauntlet.
think it's?
Yeah,
You think
with
it's
the
a gauntlet?
Niners
Tell
in
me
there.
about it. Tell me about what you guys see as the gauntlet.
I would say that the Gauntlet.
Because I do
Starts
not
Thanksgiving?
believe. I don't
is-
believe there is one.
No, because I don't. The
'cause
Arizona
the
game
Arizona
gives them
game's
the
in there.
buffer.
Correct. So the Arizona game rules out a gauntlet there, so you can't have anything start before Arizona. So let's go on
Indy,
further.
Seattle, Houston, San Fran.
I
is,
do not
is
think-
the Gauntlet of the schedule.
Really?
Seattle,
Indianapolis-
Houston, San Fran for me. Those 3. I don't know the Colts. Daniel Jones, I'm not a big believer. Prove me wrong.
I called them fraud watch all last year.
yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, if there is a game in that end of that season stretch that I would bet right now, the on paper, Seattle Texans 49ers looks like a really bad 3-week stretch. But I'm going to say right in the middle of that sandwich is going to be the most distracted team that arguably has potentially ever played in the NFL. The Texans on the road on a Christmas Eve is a terrible place to be. They're going to play. By the end of that game, the announcers are going to be saying Merry Christmas.
Oh,
They're going to be. That is. I'll
They
tell you,
always say Merry
young
Christmas
guys
at the end of
away.
the game?
But young guys away from their families,
Yeah.
away from their little. Their little kids are back home. Their wives are not going to be happy.
So that's a
Their
W.
families- That is it. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I think
Connor,
it's probably
Connor. Right now,
Yeah, we've already.
I'd place
Did
the
this.
house.
You weren't even
on,
here.
I'd place
I
the
know, I missed
house
You weren't even
on it.
here. Yeah, I think the
On that
Texans
one.
will win that game. Texans defense is very good. I do think these guys none of them have never not been away from their homes on a holiday. I don't know that affects them in the way that it would really override anything. I think the Texans lose that game because the Eagles are going to be a better team and CJ Stroud is not that good of a quarterback.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I put a lot of stock into. They'll probably travel with them. Like I have a friend who married to like a really, really low level player a number of years ago. And she just went with them with the kids and they made Christmas wherever they were.
If there was a parent, like as a parent, is there a more important parent night than Christmas Eve?
I mean, I've worked on Christmas Eve probably.
No, but I mean, but as far as to be like
10
for
years.
being around kids, though, that is like the
5
most.
years.
It
5
might
years
be
after
the
the
most
Christmas.
important night of the year.
Sure.
With
But then
kids.
again, if they make the trip with their families, 4
I don't
seasons.
think they're bringing the. Hey, kids.
Santa goes to
I
the
think
4
they-
seasons.
Yeah, but you're not with your kids. You're still not with. Their kids are at the 4 seasons. They're not with their kids.
Santa will take care of it. He's magic.
You're waking up
They're
Christmas
not-
morning.
Yeah, but the parent doesn't do anything on Christmas Eve. Santa does.
Yeah.
I understand, but you're still with your kids. You're around the Christmas tree. You're opening presents. You're
That's
putting the
Christmas
kids to
morning.
bed. You're putting the kids to bed. You're reading the Santa
Those
Claus.
$1 million contracts
Yeah.
help too.
It's terrible. I understand.
Bring their
Christmas
parents
morning.
along.
I'm telling you right now, the most distracted team in the NFL will be the Houston Texans Christmas Eve.
All right,
Away from it.
Coming up next, we'll get back to everything we've
And
been
it's
talking
terrible
about.
they're playing that game.
Also, Amy, we got to talk more about Magic Mattingly. We've not gotten your thoughts on yet another Phillies win. John Kincaid's wondering, is Dave Dombrowski smiling right now? It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Bills find another win. I'm Connor Thomas. The Phillies made it 5 straight victories last night, coming from behind to beat the Reds 5-4. Bryson Stott's 2-out, 2-run homer in the 8th inning made the difference in the game. Andrew Painter also delivered a quality start after going 6 innings full, only allowing 2 runs on 3 hits. He talked after the game about his confidence growing and the team's confidence growing.
You know, we all believe in everyone in that dugout, everyone in the clubhouse. So I think there's confidence with everyone that comes up to the plate, everyone that comes, that toes that rubber. So the confidence continues to grow.
Now the Phils will look to see if they can make it 6 straight wins tonight in Game 2 against Cincinnati. Jesus Luzardo gets the ball for them. Chase Burns on the mound for the Reds. 6:40 p.m. is the time for the first pitch from Citizens Bank Park. We have exactly 1 week until the Eagles begin their OTAs. They get going on the 26th. It's also 2 weeks until, June 2nd, which is the day the window opens for a potential post-June 1st trade of wide receiver A.J. Brown. And around the playoffs, the Spurs took down the Thunder in double overtime in the first game of the Western Conference Finals in the NBA. And the Canadiens beat the Sabres in Game 7 to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals in the NHL. Amy Fadul remains with us for the remainder of the show. This update is brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place in MADD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MADD-HELP or visit MADD.org. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Don't worry, we will. But first, let's hear what they got into earlier today on Kincade Salciunas.
Is calling a prove-it year for Jalen Hurts disrespectful?
Yes. The fact that anyone in this city who calls themselves an Eagles fan would ever use the term prove-it year for the quarterback who's delivered more as a quarterback to the Eagles franchise's history than Jalen Hurts, to me, is asinine. And I mean that. Prove it year is something you say to a guy who has nothing on his resume, a guy who's shown you nothing in a big game, a guy who has shown you nothing when the lights are the brightest. Jalen Hurts has shown you in the 3 biggest games of his career that he can ball out.
Jalen Hurts, it's funny, man. Even though I am pro prove it year, I realize the level of disrespect that he gets from people all over the place, not just nationally. It's also in this city from fans. Let's not act like it's just evil sports talk radio. It's fans. Like, we have people that text in or call in or YouTube in that talk about Jalen Hurts and how he's trash. He's not trash.
People of Andrew and Connor's age group that have grown up the spoiled brat Eagle fan, the spoiled brat Eagle fan who has had nothing but success, that can look at a Jalen Hurts and say, yeah, you know what? We deserve better. We need better. We should have better. I'm going to tell you, flat out, be careful what you wish for.
Now back to the show.
Seems like the Eagles are doing a quiet prove-it year for the Eagles. Do you agree with the strategy? 610-632-0975. What did I say?
For the Eagles. The Eagles.
Well, guess what? It's a private QB year for them, too.
Yeah, for Nick
Correct.
Sirianni. Is Nick Sirianni's job on the line? 610-6.
That's not too bad.
No.
Save that for like August.
Have the Eagles ever not had a prove-it year?
Great point. Howie Rosen straight up said, we can never rebuild in this city, and he's spot on. Amy Fadul in studio with us on this Tuesday with Amy. We'll talk some Phillies momentarily, but that's been our Eagles topic. We'll check the text line, the poll coming up here momentarily. But did you guys see what Jackson Smith-Njigba posted on his Instagram account? Of course,
I do not follow him. I did not see it in my.
I don't follow him either. It gets posted.
I did
on
not
my
see it in
timeline.
my timeline. What did he get?
He, of course, the stud wide
He was
receiver for
unbelievable.
the Seattle Seahawks, the Super Bowl champions.
So talented.
He won 2025 Offensive Player of the Year,
He did.
but not according to his trophy.
Oh, no.
Did they put the wrong year on it?
No, he won 2025 Defensive
Yes.
Player of the Year.
Way to go.
There's no space in between the or year,
I'm going to pull this.
Are
up
you
now.
kidding me?
and
Listen.
it says Defensive Player of the Year.
Are you kidding me?
So I don't have as much recognition as the three fine people that I work with. John Kincaid's in 17 Hall of Fames. Amy Fadul,
I'm in no Hall of Fame.
You got all these. You have so many Emmys. And Connor, your D3 baseball trophy case must be filled.
Men's League softball MVP of the All-Star game.
that is incredible.
Would that bother you guys?
Yes. That is
You get
incredibly
you go-
sloppy.
They were so excited to get his name spelled right.
Right,
They were,
that's-
they were
yeah, you're
etching
right.
it out.
You
They're
know
out
the
there,
person
they're
was
engraving. They're like,
sweating.
oh, they're going to
You know the person was
hyphenation.
sweating.
Gonna make sure I get it. NJ. I got it. All right, we're good. All right. So we get down to the next part of the engraving. Perfect. You good? Yeah, here it is. I got my piece of paper. I'm all set. 2025
Defensive.
defensive.
Okay, wait a minute.
There's like two letters that are off there, Fred, because it's a D and an E. You need an O and an F.
And no
Okay.
space.
And then no space
Between the and
and
the
the
year.
year. The year.
Figure.
That to me is
Figure.
almost as an engraver. How do you miss that part?
Now,
So obviously they put it into a computer. This
he
is not
says
like the
it's- he
Wanamaker
says
trophy
it's
where they're etching it.
disrespectful.
I think it's
I agree.
disrespectful.
Also, doesn't someone check that?
Well, yeah, that's the weird thing. How does
So like I give out awards like when so I MC a lot of events.
yeah.
There's usually some kind of award presentation. Thanks so much for your contributions to American Cancer Society, whatever. Sure. We always check the award because that person's going home with the award, and we don't want them to put that on their mantle and be like, hey, remember when they spelled my name wrong or had the words wrong or there's some weird like.
He should charity put that out and make a fortune for a
Oh,
charity.
he probably will. You know the NFL will probably send him another one.
Well, I
it's just-
guarantee
One
you that.
would hope.
Yeah, well, that's just unbelievable. I don't know how you messed that,
That is
up.
terrible. Like that's I can't believe
Because
that.
obviously they put it in on a computer and it
Yeah, probably.
etched it out.
Have you seen the Key and Peele bit that they did with the Jackson Smith-Njigba thing? But if I can find that for you.
Well, Key and Peele have not worked together.
No,
in a
but
long
there's
time.
they've done a little video. The guy from Key and Peele did a little.
Oh, okay.
Did a little thing with the
Okay.
Key.
Key. Did a
Keegan
little,
Michael Key?
Did a little video on the sweating of people sweating having before award shows with Jackson Smith-Njigba.
All right, Phil's Amy. They win yet again. Magic Mattingly just continues to win baseball games as the manager of the Philadelphia Phillies. He actually touched Andrew Painter's shoulder yesterday before the game and said, "Andrew, I give you the
That's 2 in a
magic
row.
of Mattingly. Donnie Baseball's touch on your shoulder will allow you to pitch 6 innings of quality baseball." And Andrew Painter said, all right, yeah, sure, let's see if that works. And then he went on the mound and threw 97 miles per hour and said, oh, my God, it's like I'm like Mike. It's like I'm Lil Bow Wow wearing MJ's shoes. Magic Mattingly continues to just bestow his magic on everybody, John.
All I know is that you got a team that, again, plays with focus. You got a team that plays with actual energy. And we've got a team now that is actually paying attention.
He went up to Bryson Stott and said, here, let me kiss your bat.
No,
I
they're
will
just
kiss your bat, and you will hit a home run.
they're just a team that is now paying attention to how to play baseball. And again, 4 errors in 20 games. 4 errors in 20 games. The Phillies, your Philadelphia Phillies, since Don Mattingly's taken over, now one of the best defensive teams in all of baseball. Under Rob Thompson, they were the third, in his tenure, they were the third worst defensive team in baseball. You could just say, okay, and again, and Scott Lauber made the good point yesterday, as I said it, is it just too small a sample size? You can just see a team that is at least, the substitute teacher is gone, mentality is gone, they're playing with attention to detail.
Now, the only thing I laugh at the Magic Mattingly stuff, like Trey Turner made a ridiculous play second to last out of the game.
Second to the last.
Second last. A play that I don't think I've seen him make his entire tenure as a Philadelphia Philly.
He's had a few.
Yeah, but like that was
few.
Like
it was great.
It was a great play.
No, it was great.
For any shorts, like any shortstop, you would say, wow,
Absolutely.
That was a great play. But for a guy that's not really been that
A great
No,
yeah.
you're
Like
right.
a decent defensive player at times, but you don't look at him and be like, wow.
No,
was
he's been
that
a
because
subpar.
Don Mattingly is here, or did Trey Turner make a play?
Sometimes they make plays. These are guys that are paid millions and millions of dollars. We should not be surprised when they do something good on the baseball field. That's literally what they're paid to do. I don't think that's a manager that makes a guy make a. Also, to your point, though, how many double plays did they turn the beginning of the season?
Yeah, they've always had trouble with that. It's ridiculous.
It was the other day. I think I was doing the game was last week. I'm pretty sure they turned one, and I looked over and I was like, I feel like, and Ruben's like, no, that might be just their second of the season. I was
wow.
Like, it's been a very low number. Now they've had a couple, but they traditionally, to your point, they have not turned a lot of double plays.
There is
They'll turn them, but not
there
a lot.
is a, and
Not this
again,
year.
Kevin Stocker gave a great. I was driving the other day, and Kevin Stocker was giving a great explanation of the amount of time that one-on-one instruction is being spent with players on their fundamentals in the infield with Don Mattingly. He's very about that. He likes that. And it is different than what was being done by Rob Thompson. Rob Thompson wasn't as much. He let other coaches do that.
Like Don
and
Mattingly?
work with that. This is it was more Larry Boa. He would leave that for Larry Boa and
Did
things
Don
like
Mattingly stab Rob Thompson in the back? Were the first 28 of the game, 28 games of the season, did Don Mattingly
When he was
say,
like a sleeper cell?
Hey,
what I need you to do is swing at the very first pitch.
bobble that ball on purpose.
Amy, Rob Thompson was the sleeper cell. He was asleep during games. No, what you saw was, this is the man, remember, when Alex Cora said no to Dave Dombrowski, the reason we didn't get an announcement of a manager is because there was a delay in him wanting this job.
Connor Thomas is
remember, this
He
is
offered
not
it to somebody else first.
But somewhere.
He offered it to Alex Cora.
Right, that's what I said. But after Alex Cora told him no, Dave Dombrowski went to
Mattingly
Mattingly, and Mattingly did not say yes.
It probably would have been Wathen, I'm guessing.
It took him more than a day and a half to say yes. Like he was like, I don't know.
I don't really feel like
now,
it.
mainly the claim being supposedly because of his son.
Right.
That there might be some awkwardness. But we all know the son's not making the calls yet.
Yeah.
We can only pray for that day. It's around the corner.
It is around the corner. Now, you pose an interesting question, John, about Dombo.
Mm-hmm. Or as Connor likes to call him, the Pobo.
Pobo.
I know. I just know it. He's walking around now going, yeah, I was right. See, I was right. You know he's feeling it right now. I was right about this team.
His club's winning.
We got a good club. No, you weren't right, Dave. You weren't right. This doesn't mean you were right. You drove the car into a ditch, had to get to your second choice, begging a guy to come in here and manage this club because they were the building was on fire, had to get someone to get a hose. It's not right now that they've turned the season around and they are just now getting their heads above water, hopefully gasping for air that they can make this an interesting summer. But I guarantee you somewhere Dave Dombrowski's going, yeah, this is the club I told you about all along. Told you they'd be this way. Ridiculous. This is what there should have been vision to know that Rob Thompson should never have been given the keys to this car to start this year. Unfortunately, the Pobo didn't see that.
See, now you say it's ridiculous. How do we know if that's actually true?
Yeah, it might be. He might be right.
What do you mean? He didn't say no. He wasn't right because this season started 9-19.
No, but
Why does that?
I don't even know if he is peacocking around right now.
Yeah.
You know he's loving it.
I'm sure he's
I
loving
don't
that
know.
his team's winning.
I think he's finally relieved. I don't think loving it is probably.
I mean, there's still
You don't think he's loving
there-
this?
I think there's a relief.
There are 2 games over 500. I
You
don't think there's some
he's
peacocking.
You don't think he's
I
loving
don't think,
this
I don't
right
think
now.
this is chest out. Look at us. We're leading.
This is the man who's
the NL right now.
I got you. I'm going to assume this. And the reason I'm going to assume it is because after losing to the Dodgers in disgraceful, embarrassing fashion, when your manager didn't know how to manage games with stupid decisions, when your players didn't know how to run bases, when you didn't come through, you had players not coming through in simple situations, you stood behind a microphone or sat behind a microphone and told us, "Hey, we got a good club. We're a few little plays here. We're right there. We would have beaten the Dodgers. Lucky bounce here, lucky bounce there. We're right there." You tried to sell it to everybody that you were just as good as the Dodgers. So yes, I do believe he's walking around going, "Yeah, see, see, a little wink here, a little wink there. See, told you so." I guarantee it, because that's what he did after the Dodgers series. He acted like we were every bit as good as the Dodgers. My team, we was running the wrong team at the wrong time. In other words, saying, if we had run into the Dodgers, the next series we would have lost. It was all about the Dodgers. Even though Toronto managed to get them to 7 games, and extra innings.
Yeah, I just don't know if he is peacocking right now. They're 2 games over 500. If he is peacocking, then you're right. I'm with you. He should not be. I just don't know if he would be doing that just yet. He's probably just, as Amy said, relieved that they're finally winning baseball games.
How did he handle the loss to the Dodgers?
The way that you just explained it. That was.
Would you say he handled the loss to the Dodgers? Is it fair, or is my wording too hard? If I say arrogantly,
it was an embarrassment.
And I say arrogantly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to assume he's handling this arrogantly.
Right, but he's going to get enough heat. Like, why are we just creating something on an assumption?
Yeah, like.
Because I believe.
Yeah, we knew how he was after the Dodgers. You don't know, right? I don't know. I would think that the way that he acted after the Dodgers, you were thinking that, I thought we were right there. He knows right now, affirmatively, the record shows that they are not right there. So I don't know if that would be the same kind of arrogance.
Could be.
I get what you're saying. You're correlating because he was arrogant about this. He probably is finally proven right-ish on his team, and now he could peacock around. But I think it's more of like, I don't know if we're quite there yet.
Here's what
I have some relief.
Here's what he might be saying. All right, as I think we all have at some point as humans. All right, I like to always bring out the human element.
We're humans.
There might be at some point he's sitting there. What do you think Dave Dombrowski drinks? Like a nice bourbon.
I think a scotch.
A scotch.
Yeah, scotch.
So he's either in his office, watching the Phillies, or he's at home and he's going, "I don't hear him talking now."
Oh well, no, that's what I mean. Well, then that's what peacocking is. That is him doing that.
No.
Yeah, I bet you they're not calling in today asking for my job.
Yeah.
That is.
I think
But
there's
I don't
enough.
think he's saying, "I built a championship team."
I think he's saying that this
He might
team-
just be saying, "Yeah, they're not talking now." That's not peacock.
And it's a good stretch. He has the right to right now. And when they screw up again, we'll have that conversation again.
Yeah, there's portions of it that are going well right now. There's still portions that are.
Yeah, there's still portions.
Like Aaron
that are-
Nola
Right, that are-
during this winning streak has allowed 17 runs in 5 innings. Like, that's not good, and that's his contract. So I don't think he can peacock too much.
Yeah, I mean, maybe peacocking is the wrong word. Arrogantly, like smirking.
Like the way he arrogantly responded or did not respond to Tim Kelly's question. Like,
yes,
I
think
that.
I think
see
he's
that
come
right
off
now.
very. The Dodger press conference, Tim Kelly's questions. I think he's come off extremely arrogant. Like,
Because I think this is the first time he's truly being questioned.
yes, I'm above you.
Like, ever. Like, with any team.
Well, no, he's been in Boston. Boston market is not Boston market.
You like Boston?
I do
Boston
I do like
market.
Boston market. I like the cinnamon apples. The
Still
best
has there used to be a
side.
Boston market in South Philly.
There's one right across the street on City Line.
But I remember during the Eagles' complete aside, when the Eagles had
What's
that
that?
Super Bowl run, they changed the name. Remember this? It was the one right on Snyder.
Yeah,
They changed the name of it.
Yeah, they
Oh no, they put the
covered
tarp
them on the
over it,
Boston.
right?
I
Yeah,
loved
that's
that.
very good.
I pass that one all the
Yeah.
time.
Boston market.
Speaking of the Eagles.
Completely off
Thank you,
topic.
Amy. Thanks for
You
the
said Boston Market. That's the first thing I thought of was the one in South Philly that changed their name to
the Boston
that
Media
week.
Market.
Colby in Central PA
Boston
wants to talk
market.
about the Jalen Hurts discussion. What's
All right.
up, Colby? Good morning.
What's up, Cole?
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Amy.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, I don't think it's necessarily just cut and dry, prove-it year for Jalen Hurts, because he has shown us that he can be an elite quarterback. I think he needs to do more running. Of course, none of us, I don't think, would agree that he's not a elite passer. But if he can start running again, I think that will open everything up with, say, RPO or play action. You know, do we have to worry about Jalen? Do we have to worry about Barkley? Is he going to throw it? And we're not sure. And I think it's just going to put defense on their heels.
Yeah,
And
now look, that's up to Jalen, because according to reports, that could be sour grapes from somebody that lost their job. Jalen didn't necessarily want to run the ball as much this year. It was his decision, like, hey,
Right.
I want to take care of my body.
Well, that was sort of there were enough reports out of that building that he did not want to do that.
But I agree, Kobe, with the running, him being a true dual threat guy, or actual run guy, does open up a lot on your offense. Because
I
then
love it.
Yeah,
I would love to see it.
I think that was something that he did shy away from.
And if he doesn't, Colby, then what are you thinking?
Well, then, I mean, the line usually give him 3 seconds to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Well,
the line was really injured last year.
Yeah, the line
Thanks
last
for the
year
call,
had some
Colby.
times. They had some really rough.
He did have some decent pass protection.
They did. Yeah, pass protection wasn't really the problem.
They
It was
had
the
no
run.
push.
They had no run push.
Pass
Right.
protection actually wasn't that bad last year. So let's, again, revisions history is always one of my favorite things in sports. It's like, well, what were you saying last year? Pass protection actually wasn't that bad last year.
Yeah, certainly not.
Now, look, was AJ completely giving it his all on the field? I don't think so.
No, he wasn't. We already saw that.
Was the offensive coordinator horrible, and did they have the same 3 routes on the route tree? Yes, that is also true. Predictable was a word that players, the Eagles,
Multiple
used,
times.
not us.
Saquon
the
Barkley said
players,
it. Lane Johnson said
and
it.
then he disappeared because he didn't want to talk anymore. So, in fairness to Jalen, there are a lot of factors as to why maybe the offense wasn't good last year. But once more, for people that say, well, he won, look at what he did the year they won the Super Bowl. He didn't do much. He did a lot in the NFC title game in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he certainly did.
6 through 18, he did not, because they ran the ball, except for the Steelers game. That was the one game where they really threw the ball. All right, what do we have on the Davis Honda text line? Philly Davis difference in Burlington.
Bobby from Chalfont has an interesting question here. He says Amy's previous point about the staff hires might actually strengthen the prove-it-year argument. Hurts now has unlimited resources. If he can't improve statistically, does he show his limitations and, as a result, his contract ceiling?
Yeah, I mean, look.
Well, no, that could. I don't necessarily disagree with that.
I think everybody that says he needs to run the ball is correct.
Like I don't disagree with that. I don't think that's a hot take assessment from somebody.
Lamar Jackson can get to a point. Like, Lamar's arm is ridiculous, right? He could say, I'm not going to run the ball as much this year.
Oh.
And I might think that he could still throw the ball well. But part of what makes him would
change their offense.
The 2-time MVP was him running the football.
And the success
Josh Allen.
It's directly tied to their ability to run the ball, because that's how their offense is predicated, right? They need to have that threat, and it's a real threat because they actually use it. It's not just the idea of like, hey, maybe he could drop and run. No, he does drop and run.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. But yeah, when I pointed out the hires, that is trying to lean into like how they are going all in. Like, we are trying to give you as much as possible to showcase that you can be that guy that we know you are, with every guy that's surrounding him. Quarterbacks, former quarterbacks in the NFL or college, quarterback coaches, passing coordinators, former OCs, and Grizzard. These guys are all in on that. These are not guys that are just had like some kind of tangential relationship with the quarterback. They were all fully in quarterback meetings for all their coaching lineage.
Yeah.
Quarterback guys.
All right, coming up next. I have a life question for both of you.
A life question.
Because I believe both of you have done this at some point. Because I have a new experience later on. Also, there were 2 wild losses in Major League Baseball last night. Like, insane losses. We will decide which loss you'd rather deal with as a fan. It's Kincade and Salciunas. Amy here with us, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Yesterday, I had the opportunity to hang out with Dan White and Associates and at their charity golf tournament, which was absolutely amazing. Their 18th annual. They've been in business for around 4 decades, and not only are they great advocates for community and giving back to the community, but they specialize in retirement and financial planning. And I got to see so many of their clients, so many of their business partners, and I realized that's how they're so successful. It's those relationships. So if you need a little help in understanding how to stress test your retirement plan and understanding how to set up some financial guardrails so you can meet all the goals that you want to meet as a family or as an individual, you can attend one of their educational seminars throughout Pennsylvania, Delaware, and Maryland. They'll buy you a nice dinner. You also will get to hear all about what they can do for you. Plus, with offices in Glen Mills, PA, Middletown, and Lewis, Delaware, they're going to offer you a complimentary, no-risk consultation. You're going to love it. You're going to feel very, very confident once you've had the first conversation that leads to a second, and then comfortability with your money. Dan White and Associates. Check out danwhiteandassociates.com on the web.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phils make it 5 straight. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Phillies won again last night. Their 5th straight victory. This one a come-from-behind win over the Reds, 5-4 the final, and it was thanks to Bryson Stott in large part, whose 2-out, 2-run homer in the 8th inning made the difference in the game. Here's how it sounded on the NBC Sports Philadelphia broadcast.
Fly ball right field. Back is Steer. Back toward the wall. It is gone! 2-run home run for Bryson Stott.
Andrew Painter, also a big contributor, delivered a quality start, going 6 full innings, only allowing 2 runs on 3 hits. A nice bounce back for him. The Phils will look to make it 6 straight wins tonight in Game 2 against Cincinnati. 6:40 p.m. first pitch. Jesus Luzardo faces off against Chase Burns. We have exactly 1 week until the Eagles will get their OTAs going. Those start on the 26th of this month. That's next Tuesday. It's also 2 weeks until we hit June 2nd, which would be the start of the window for a potential post-June 1st trade of wide receiver A.J. Brown. Lot to keep an eye on coming up for the Eagles. Around the playoffs, the Spurs took down the Thunder in double overtime in the Western Conference Finals Game 1 in the NBA, and the Canadians beat the Sabres 3-2 in overtime to advance to the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals. This update is brought to you by Cirque du Soleil Lucia. Discover Lucia by Cirque du Soleil, a visually stunning world of light and rain and imagination. Get your Cirque du Soleil Lucia tickets on the Fever app or at CirqueDuSoleil.com. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
Salciunas.
97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
The final hour of Kincade Salciunas is presented to you by The Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. You can get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. You need details? Go to Bagster.com.
All right, we play Would You Rather Fandom Edition. YouTube, I need your immediate answers, all right? Because I want to tally this. It's too late in the show to do a poll on this.
And they got to be immediate answers.
Yeah, we need immediate answers. Middays was Marks, by the way, coming your way at 10 o'clock. Saw the boys during the commercial break. Ray Dunn there looking like he's about to sell me some Phillies tickets. Sean Brace and Johnny Marks. You'll see. You'll see. Ray is rocking the khakis with the Phillies polo.
Oh, he is?
It looks like he's trying to sell me.
Office,
yeah, like, hey.
By the way,
tickets are still available.
Can I just say,
ticket packages.
as they replayed the Ray Dunn highlights, Ray Dunn did a marvelous job.
He's great.
He's very
with the union?
non-self-congratulatory.
Great job.
Yeah, Ray Dunn is
so good.
Amazing.
Crushed it.
He's so good, and he didn't upstage any of it, which is my goal of a play-by-play guy to
done,
say,
Raimundo.
really great job.
Damn right, Ray. Now sell those tickets. By the way, deal of the week, check it out. It's a big one.
What are you trying to sell?
Every year, I love that we do this as a station. It is great for your wallets, and it's great for your kids. Deal of the week. Make the summer unforgettable, Johnny, at Maury's Pier.
This is a great one.
This is a good one.
A great one.
It's a really good
one. You can get one same-day ride and water park combo ticket for just $70. That's unlimited rides on all 3 piers and access to both water parks for a whole day. Get this deal while supplies last at 975thefanatic.com/deals for the people that do the 1 to 2 week vacation down in Wildwood. God bless you.
Oh, my gosh, it's
you
great.
You always need a day that's not on the beach. Like, you need a day. There's the boardwalk day. There's something. And if you can, you'll spend $70 real quick.
It's fantastic.
You haven't done anything yet.
Right, exactly.
You looked at the pier
and
you spent
here
$70.
you go. Take my money. So go to 975thefanatic.com/deals. $70 gets you the full day water park and ride combo ticket, because there's days where you want to do both and you have to pay for both. You can do one day both, $70. Check it out, 975thefanatic.com. All right, Would You Rather Fandom Edition. Last night we had 2 wild ways to lose baseball games in Major League Baseball. One was between the Athletics and the Angels. The A's were up 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 9th inning. The Angels, were the home team. The starting pitcher for the Athletics was J.T. Ginn. Going into the 9th inning, no-hitter. 8 innings, no hit. He allowed 1 walk, so it was not a perfect game. Struck out 10. Guy was dealing, right? 8 shutout innings, 8 no-hit innings.
So it's a no-hitter.
No-hitter going into the 9th.
Into the 9th.
They're up 1-0. 2 batters into the 9th. You had a base hit.
Yeah, it was.
And then a walk-off home run.
Oh, gosh.
And he loses, so his line on the day
brutal.
Ends up being 8 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. Great line. You would take that.
But not the way it happened.
No hitter going into the 9th.
No.
Single home run, back-to-back batters.
That's rough. Rough.
No.
So there's one way you could lose the game. If you're an A's fan, you're watching this and you're going,
oh my gosh,
God,
that's incredible.
I'm 3 outs away from watching my starting pitcher throw a no-hitter.
We're not a joke this year. We're going to do it.
Oh my gosh.
No, you're not.
And then you lose. Or you could be a Nationals fan. These both suck, by the way. Being an A's fan or
the
a Nationals fan.
one.
The Mets beat the
This one.
Nationals yesterday 16-7. So you're going, oh, well, I mean, they got blown out.
Yeah, well, that wasn't a game, right?
That's the score I had seen on the app.
But wait.
It was
There's more.
6-6 going into the top of the 12th.
The 12th, mind you.
Before the Mets put up a 10 spot in the 12th inning to go up 16-6.
So wait, 10th and 11th, were they scoreless or had they scored?
They both scored 1 in the
Yes.
11th.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
You watched your team. By the way,
You're right there.
They scored in the bottom of the 7th and bottom of the 8th to make it 6-6 to force extras. Mets make it 7-6. Then you make it they make it 6-5. Then you make it 6-6. And then the Mets score 10 runs. Would you rather be the A's fan that watched your team be 3 outs away from throwing a no-hitter and then lose because of back-to-back batters, or watch 11 innings of tie baseball and then watch the
I'd
Mets?
rather see the first one.
The first one.
First one
When
easy.
I saw,
Because I at least saw
that one.
greatness. I saw greatness, and then I saw a dramatic end.
10 runs. At what point did you get up from your seat and be like, I stayed
up for this?
Or is it like, I'm watching the car crash and I just need to go ahead and make sure people get out alive okay? I need to make sure people are okay.
I stayed up for this.
12 innings worth of commitment, too.
You're already in it, right? You're in it to win it.
That's what would piss me off. I stayed up this long.
And
what if you were there in
This
person?
is what I get?
Yeah,
you saw in person.
It was in D.C.
I know.
too.
So you're at that ballpark, Natitude.
Oh, that's
and
terrible.
you're down there.
Natitude. There you go.
Natitude. And you're nursing your beer that you haven't had since the 7th inning. Always my favorite thing.
Last call. Yeah.
Last call was 2 hours ago. That's my favorite thing on these extra innings ones. You see that guy, and they always show them, and they're out there, and they're still. I'm like, how warm is that, sir? It was 1,000 degrees last night.
See, these are the things that Amy is.
That's where my mind goes.
Being
like,
a journalist.
You haven't gotten that. That beer was 2 hours old.
It's warm.
See,
It's
Amy being
beyond
a
warm.
journalist.
It was 90 degrees.
These are the issues that Amy
How are you still
concerns
drinking it, sir?
herself with.
I would that if I was in the stadium, I would find that gentleman and I'd go and I'd sit next to him and be like, hey. let's just talk about this.
Amy would have a the meat thermometer.
Yeah, testing
how
how
warm it is. That would be a funny
Do you have anything
bit.
else down there on the field, Amy? No, I don't have anything on the game.
Spencer could do that.
Hey,
He
hey,
could do
guy.
that.
Spencer could
Talk
do a
to me
funny
about
bit
this.
with that.
Talk to me about how you're still drinking a beer in the 12th inning when they stopped serving in the 7th. And even if you found that one vendor that kind of maybe gets you a little bit at the bottom of the 7th and whatever else, that was still 2 hours prior.
Yeah. Unless
God
somebody
bless.
did the double, maybe they bought two and they.
Still warm, unless you brought your own cooler in.
Yeah, which you could have done. Possible.
By the way, can I just do a little?
But it's already open, so you have to be very strategic.
One little editorial of just saying, I think people, again, I say it all the time, and I'll say it again, some people are totally despicable behind keyboards, and I
Keyboard
think
cowboys?
the treatment that Spencer has gotten is despicable to me, and you are despicable little turds, and the fact that you'd act like that.
Yeah.
And
I agree with you.
And this is a young man and Spencer, do your thing and don't listen to these people. And it's so obnoxious. I've got no words for it.
They have no idea who the person is.
They have no idea, and they're just willing to just be disgracefully rotten to people behind it. And they have no idea about the circumstance either.
No. Yeah, Spencer McCurch we're talking about, who's been part of the Phillies broadcast recently.
I'm really rooting for him to do very well. And
digital reporter for NBC Sports Philadelphia. And does a lot of stuff for us.
And continue to do well, Spencer.
By the way, that Bulls barbecue looked really good yesterday.
It did.
You did a good job showing it to us.
You're there to showcase the eats at the ballpark.
Yeah,
continue to do well, Spencer.
Lose their damn mind over change
for stuff that they do. By the way, and more importantly, a circumstance that they know nothing about. Yeah,
it's horrible.
Which really bothers me.
It is. All right, I have a question for you guys. I have such a great honor today.
What's that?
John, I've told you the story off air of my kindergarten teacher, which it's like weird, the circle of life kind of stuff.
Yes.
My kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Mason, I love you, randomly run into her at the hospital a couple weeks after my son's born.
And you were telling me this story. It's such a sweet story.
So this is still, COVID's still rampant, so everyone's wearing masks, especially in a hospital, right? And I'm leaving the hospital, and I had to talk to the security guard because my pay wasn't my swipe wasn't working to get out. And this woman goes, "Oh my God, Andrew Salciunas," and I'm wearing a mask. I'm like, "Wow, you must be a big listener."
Yeah.
Of the
You're
show.
like, no flash photography.
Like you are a diehard. Thank you, I love you. And she goes, "You don't know who I am, do you?" I'm like, "I'm sorry. We're all wearing masks. I'm sorry.
I don't have a lot.
I was your kindergarten teacher." And I'm like,
now, how would she have known you? You're like half the size today of what you were in kindergarten.
She listens every day.
That's incredible.
And I love her for that.
Not half the size you were.
Mrs. Mason?
Yeah.
Not half the size
Mason.
you were then. I mean,
So,
you're twice as big.
Even though I was fat back then.
That wasn't what I meant. I mean, twice as big.
We've caught up over the years now, and she is now teaching 5th grade at the school that I went to, and I am speaking to the Pleasant Valley Panthers 5th grade
Today?
class today.
Yes, let's go.
Are you going home and changing?
Are you telling them?
Okay, thank you.
You got to bring something cool in.
Yes. What are you
bring
bringing
in? Something cool.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Gotta bring in something cool.
I can't talk.
Wait a minute, 5th graders?
Yes, 5th
Okay,
graders.
now 5th
Bring in something
graders-
cool.
5th graders are at a very dicey
Bring in
age.
something
That's
cool.
what I'm saying.
What
They
do you
know
have signed?
they know sports,
Yeah.
but they don't know what I do for a living. They
Yeah,
don't- I
no,
highly
they
doubt
know-
that
Bring in a picture.
No, they
bring
know
in
what you
something.
do
Coolest
for a
thing
living.
you got.
Amy and I, and you did.
Got to bring in something cool.
You filled in for me before. You know that they have you've spoken at the camps.
Yeah, but those were high school, college.
No,
This is
not all of them.
most of them.
Yeah, because Shawnee's going to be at that camp this year.
I can't wait.
He's
Like,
so excited.
This is
So awesome.
fifth grade. What do I say? Do I chase your dreams? Because that's what I did.
You give them,
do
here's how I
this.
got to where I am. Here's what, making sure you have a goal and achieving that is, and then you start telling them the coolest stories you got.
Who's a Phillies fan
Because
here?
all their questions are. It's so when I've spoken at elementary schools and middle schools, it's always like, who was your favorite interview? What was the coolest thing you ever did? And you're like, someone asking you that on the fly, like, what's the coolest? I've done so many cool. What do you deem cool? So I'm going to tell you a couple different things that I thought were cool.
Yeah.
They're going to ask you about that. So tell them like your favorite sports memory as a kid, and then why you do this. But you got to bring in something cool. They love stuff. Bring in something cool.
Import yourself.
You have signed anything? A picture of yourself with anybody cool? Bring those in.
Not really.
How about importing yourself?
You
I don't
too?
ask for pictures of people.
Import yourself into their
Wait,
seats.
when you've interviewed people, you don't take a picture with them?
Well, we don't do
Yeah,
it.
you do.
Most of our interviews
Yeah.
are here, though.
Yeah, but I've seen you guys out
I
and
have
about.
one picture with Charles Barkley from when I was an intern.
Great.
Do
Perfect.
they know who Charles Barkley is?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's on TV still.
John just told us that the guy didn't know who Ron Jaworski was.
I couldn't believe that. I almost smacked that kid.
And he was what, in his 20s, you
He was
said?
a college kid from Virginia Tech. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
That's weird.
Didn't
How do
know
you
who Jaws
not know?
was.
How do you not know
Well,
who
I guess
Jaws
if he's
is?
from Virginia.
No, he's Virginia. But he's not.
From
he's
here?
a local.
Oh, then he
Oh,
has
then that's
that didn't
ridiculous.
know,
That's
and I'm like, ridiculous, but he might not have been
Barkley
an Eagles
picture.
fan.
Perfect. Say
Like,
that.
no,
Okay.
But also shows your trajectory. Here I was as an intern.
import yourself into their seat, though. What were you like when you're saying? Are you talking to them and you're saying, I was there. I was one.
Cool thing is, the auditorium's the same. So,
it's even better. It's
It's
like a
even better.
cafeteria too.
yes.
Oh, that's the best
And
part.
one of my leads.
Are you going to go and have lunch?
One of my leads, no, I wish. One of my leads is I played on this stage
Yep.
in the school band.
Well, then there you go.
See?
That's
because I
fun.
was cool.
That's fun.
Make sure you tell them to eat their vegetables too. They love that.
Yeah, they love that. All right, coming up next, Phils need to keep on winning. Here's why. Well, we'll tell you why next. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic.
Hall of Fame sports writer Jason Stark.
It's like watching Babe Ruth, isn't it? Like, I don't miss an at-bat if I'm home. If I'm at the park, I watch every pitch of every at-bat.
is Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic.
It is 9:48 here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic. Phil's game 2 today in their series. Phillies have DeLuzardo. Can he put together back-to-back good outings? He was very good against the Sox. Can he be very good against Chase Burns and the Reds? They need a good outing out of Luzardo, and hopefully he can win the series today.
That would
because
be awesome.
I don't feel great about Aaron Nola in hot weather. Oh, but he pitches better when it's hot. In that ballpark tomorrow, I don't really want to see that.
It's only going to be like 95 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah, and considering he's got very little in the tank left, I want them to try to win the series today.
Are you bringing your kid tomorrow?
It's too hot. I don't think so. I was going to.
It's going to be hot tomorrow.
I was going to.
1 o'clock game.
I'll be in the studio, so you guys can tune
Amy
in.
be all like that.
I'm between.
It's very cool.
Amy, fresh as a daisy.
It's very cool in that studio.
I pick up Coop from daycare at 3:30. I can either pick him up early and take him to the game, or I just go to the game for a little bit by myself.
It's going to be so hot
It's
tomorrow.
so hot. I don't.
Tomorrow's going to be nasty.
He's been asking me a lot to go to. We watched again last night.
And did he ask to watch it?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I
Daddy
think
or
this
the-
is the most beautiful thing in the
It's
world.
been great. So we were watching Wally yesterday. I had the Phillies game on my phone, and he goes, "Oh wait, the Phillies are on. Can we watch?" I was like,
That's
"Cool."
so
Go.
beautiful.
The page has been
It was,
turned.
Oh, it was great.
That's awesome.
I had my arm around him. I could have cried. It was great. Next, all I need him to do is get me beers from the fridge, and then we are.
That's
great.
awesome.
I got to train him on that. The reason why the Phillies need to keep winning now, obviously, regardless, you're down 7 games to the Atlanta Braves. But remember how we were talking about can the Phillies get back to 500 because of the stretch of teams they were facing?
Yes.
The Braves have that stretch now. Braves did lose yesterday 12-0 to the Miami Marlins, but it's a 4-game series where they are the better team. Then it's a 3-game series against the Nationals. Then it's a 3-game series against the Red Sox. Then it's a 3-game series against this Reds team that the Phillies are playing right now. The Phillies need to keep on piling up wins, man, because
get those series.
I don't see the Braves going on a slide anytime soon with the opponents that they have in front of them. You don't want to all of a sudden make it 7 games and then get back to like 8 or 9 because the Phillies have a tough stretch after this series with the Reds.
That they do.
They got to keep winning. I know we're not looking at standings yet. Well, you're not.
Right, but you still want to. You don't want to have, like you said, you don't want to. When you do pay attention to the standings, want to look at it and be like, "Ooh."
Can I ask this morning though? What is it this morning?
7. And in the wild card, it is 3.
It actually surprises me that it's 7.
Does it?
Only
yeah,
7 or as high as 7?
No, surprisingly.
Did you think 7's higher than you thought it was going to be?
No, lower.
Oh,
That's lower than I thought it would be.
seems a little bit higher than what I thought.
See, I would have thought it was lower than that. I would have thought it was higher than that. Were they wasn't it like 11? Connor, wasn't it like 11 just a while ago?
Yeah. And then the Phillies went on a
I understand, but I
heater.
didn't think the Braves have lost that much.
Oh, the Phils have won 8 of their last 9.
Yeah, but I didn't think the Braves have lost that much. That's awesome. That's good news then. I'll look forward to checking those standings on Monday.
When their last series loss was. Seattle took 2 of 3 in the beginning of the month. But before that, it's been a long time since the Braves lost a series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
going to say
same for the Phils.
That's amazing. That I don't think that's a bad deal.
Well,
then.
and that's why Eric Kratz was crazy.
Eric Kratz is.
We love Eric
Look,
Kratz. We
it
love
was
the
click-
bacon.
it was
all
clicking.
those-
Bacon, the
bacon.
Cradlist.
Still clicking.
Yeah, like we loved all those things.
Turkey bacon was great.
But we were playing it yesterday, and we talked about it a little bit this morning too. On his podcast in the Foul Territory Network, Amy, he said that basically like don't even worry about the division, like division's out of reach. And it's like
they need to just worry about the. They need to just.
I get
worry
what he's
about the
saying,
log.
but
really,
no, he wasn't
early.
saying it like don't worry about the division, just focus on doing.
No, he
your
That's
said
what I'm
it's-
thinking.
No, he was saying division.
Like it's, you're cooked.
Yeah, like he said
He
that.
said it was over.
Oh, man.
I was like, he's so.
May 18th cooked.
And by the way,
And he said this on Friday,
said
so
on
May
Friday.
15th.
Seems really
He said
early,
they have
right?
a really good podcast too. It's really worth.
Since
it
he
is good.
said
That's
it,
just really
since he
dumb.
said it, the Phillies have gained 2 games. Like they were 9 games back when he said it. They're now 7 games back, and you're not asking them to catch up by the end of the month.
Yeah, I'm not looking for June 1st. You're in the division lead.
Do two a month. Do 2 games in June, 2 games in July, 2 games in
Very
August.
interesting.
You're right there.
and they play 7 times in September.
Yeah, that was a weird.
Just be back.
Opinion.
Be back within. Get back to within 2 or 3 games going into September, and you're right there in the mix. Oh my gosh! I wonder. I don't remember if the 4-game series is here or I think the 4-game series is here. Yeah, it's Labor Day weekend. The 4-game series is here. So
All right.
over Labor Day weekend, Friday through Monday.
Yeah, all right.
That's good.
Your
Why?
glasses were really pressing hard.
Oh, they were.
Your
They're
nose.
pressing hard?
Yeah, you
Oh, I
got like
didn't
an
know.
indent.
Really?
Are you okay? I'm worried about you.
Why? They pressed in too hard?
Turn to look at Amy.
You have a little indentation. On
Oh,
both
really?
sides.
Yeah,
Oh, I
I've
must have pressed
never
in.
noticed that before.
Really? Must have been
You wear
just a
your
little
glasses
indent.
every day, don't you?
Yeah, I only wear them here in the show. You don't see them any other time.
I know. I was just worried about you.
Oh, very good. I find it.
By the way, Connor,
You look great.
somebody said something
You look
about your outfit today again.
What's wrong with
What
your
do you say
outfit?
now?
Well,
I don't
yesterday,
know.
yesterday somebody said it looks like he was trying to sell ShamWows.
Oh, yeah.
Today, somebody, I'm sorry who said it, looked like you were trying to be Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
I could throw a football over those
Those are
mountains.
two not complimentary.
Connor would
analogy.
be
I'm wearing a T-shirt and shorts. Like, there's nothing about this outfit.
Connor
Rico.
if QVC, which is in desperate need of a bailout right now, if QVC ever hired Connor Thomas to do like a 3-hour shift, Connor Thomas could charm Midwestern housewives.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Kill it.
Connor. You'd be
And
great.
Connor could be
Sell
charming
those
on
steak
TV.
knives.
Connor could do that
Pillows.
in a second. In a second. Hey, QVC out there in Landview. Go
Yeah,
hire.
no, I'm busy telling people why the Eagles need to move on from Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, but Connor, this could
You
be a
could do
side
both.
hustle. Side hustle. Midwestern housewives would love you. Women in trailer parks would be dialing up their phones saying he is like, Timu Benson Boone or whatever it is. The guy who
Brett
does like
Eldridge?
Timu Benson Boone.
like, he'd
That's
be
one
like
hell of a
that.
compliment. I'm
No,
blushing back
he
here.
could, though.
All right, real quick, one more thing. Today's game, if you're going to the Phillies game today, you're going to see a big Phillies fan throw out the first pitch today.
I can't
Noted Phillies fan.
And I can't believe
I think
it.
he's hawking a new song or something because he's
No,
been
but-
over. He was
but
at
wait a minute.
iHeartRadio.
I was excited.
John broke the news to me.
First of all, I had to look up why he was even remotely here.
Jason Derulo.
He was in
I
New
can't
York
believe
yesterday.
Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
He's throwing out the first
Derulo.
pitch
He has
tonight.
No, and there's
That's
no,
how
there's no
how
concert
people only
here.
know it because of the Jason Derulo.
Yes, there's no concert here. He's in Miami next week. There's nothing in Philadelphia.
He
There's
was
nothing.
in New York yesterday.
How did this happen?
That's sick.
hawking a song?
And I'm telling you,
I'm about
too,
to go
pushing
down
the
there
song.
tonight
he
now.
is he's got to be one of the most popular, like, social media following music people, like that people follow on music.
No.
He's very popular.
How about that? Jason
follow
Derulo
them.
will be throwing out the first pitch. Very
follow, people follow.
well-known Phillies fan and
That's
Philadelphian Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo or Aaron Nola for Game 3? Who would you rather have?
I'd rather have Jason Derulo.
We might
Aaron
rather
Nola.
have Jason Derulo. I'm not entirely sure about that.
We'll see how he throws today.
All right, everybody have a great rest of your day. Middays with
See you guys
Marks.
Friday.
Ray
See you
Dunn will try to
Friday,
sell you
Amy.
tickets by the end of the show.